Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast, hosted by Sooner or Later TV on twitch.tv/Sooner or Later TV, right? That's our Twitch?
Sooner or late.
Sooner or Late
I
TV.
think. No,
Yeah,
that's Twitter.
no, that's the Twitter.
I don't
It
know.
is.
Oh my god. There's a Google Doc for a reason, dude.
I don't have the intro. I usually do the intro off the top of my head. Anyways, this week I'm joined by my astute panel made up of some of the best movie reviewers of all time. Starting with the top left corner, Alex. Then with the top right corner, James.
James, wave.
What the fuck was that?
Wave. Thank you.
There you go. You're terrible. Going next to the bottom right corner, I'm pointing, bottom right corner, Eric. And then it's me.
Asshat Joey.
Oh, wow. Cool. All right, well, when this pops off, Eric, you're the first one getting fired, dude.
Good.
Good.
Show needs me, dude. I'm the talent.
I'm sorry. In the bottom right-hand corner, Eric, the talent. I need to get, like, lower thirds, and it pops up, and it just says, like, the talent. And then
Yeah.
it done.
We're
Yeah,
also
man,
joined
I can put that on my,
by Mr. Noob somewhere, rolling around.
He's
the
definitely not
terrace.
anywhere in the background, dude.
yeah,
I
he's
said
definitely
Roman
not.
somewhere.
Then he's not joining. Then technically,
I-
Vinny
I,
also
I
joined
want him
us.
to be uncredited.
Okay.
So this week we're gonna be reviewing. Oh wait, well, boss, much away head case. Well, how you fix the pound under pressure at the moment, lad. Who is this?
What?
There's some people are trying to figure out like thermodynamics in the chat right now, and I don't understand.
Yeah. Hey.
The
Look at
talent,
Eric.
the talent himself, dude. You should put your Twitter handle or something, Eric. That'd be funny.
Nah, I'm alright.
Oh, okay, well. You don't want everybody to find that racist shit you posted years ago.
Hey,
this
come
week
on,
When he was
man.
13.
Yeah. This week we're going to be reviewing This Is the End, the 2013 comedy film by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. So the synopsis. In Hollywood, actor James Franco is throwing a party with a slew of celebrity pals. Among those in attendance are his buddies Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, and Craig Robinson. Suddenly, an apocalypse of biblical proportions erupts, causing untold carnage among Tinseltown's elite and trapping Franco's party in his home. As the world they knew disintegrates outside, cabin fever and dwindling supplies threaten to tear the six friends apart. That synopsis, though, is a little wrong.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But it's
Um,
Google.
the whole cabin fever thing, I don't like that.
They were getting
Well,
cabin
no, they
fever.
get
dude.
cabin
What you talking
fever.
about?
My thing is that they're all not friends. Like, they're very much
No.
not friends. And
Jay specifically said, I don't like these dudes.
and Danny McBride wasn't even invited to the party.
But they're as much as friends as you almost could be in like that scene.
Not true.
They're associates.
But then they're not friends.
Yeah, but if you're an associate in Hollywood, you might as well be a friend.
Untrue. I would never let an associate inside my house.
He let anybody in that house almost.
I know.
I feel like he just didn't know who was there and who wasn't.
He didn't. He had no idea.
Yeah,
Danny McBride
Danny
was
McBride
there.
was upstairs in the tub. But so this was James's pick. James, do you want to tell us why you decided to pick this movie?
So one, I wanted to do a comedy, and I feel like we haven't done like a meta type of comedy or anything kind of meta, so I figured let's try it, see how it goes. And also
Can you define meta real quick?
Oh,
Can
okay.
you use it in a sentence?
Can you let this motherfucker finish speaking, please?
no. So then I was like, I remember this movie being really funny, like when it came out. So I was like, oh, I wonder how, like, did it age well, or how is it now? And then also too, because I remember a lot of like stars in the background that are big now. So I kind of want to look back and see what their roles were in the movie prior to today's day. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. So production, the cinematographer is Brandon Trost. I don't fucking know that dude.
I have a question though.
What?
What does meta mean? I mean, so
He's
serious.
gonna make me look this shit up. I don't know an exact definition, so I'll look up a definition for you. But it's essentially like breaking the fourth wall. Like, you know how Deadpool knows that he's in a movie,
Yeah.
and he talks about being in a movie? That's meta.
Oh.
And this is talking, and these are actors playing themselves in a higher, like, it's meta because it's looking at, like, friendships in Hollywood and, like, a bunch of other shit that these actors actually experience, right?
Yeah, and they're because it's like, it's real but like exaggerated,
Right.
and they're playing them because they're playing themselves.
Right.
No.
So, as an adjective of a creative work, so it's saying a work of fiction, right? So a movie, TV show, book, or whatever, referring to itself or to the conventions of its genre, self-referential. So it's actors making a movie about these actors caught in an apocalypse. So it's meta because, you know.
They're playing themselves.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's all I want to know. Carry on.
Now, if you ask that shit again, you and Eric are getting fired.
Hey man, I for the audience, dude. Not everyone knows what meta means. You know.
You know what happens though when
Just-
people don't know things? They usually Google it.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, if someone says
But now
something
they
on a
don't have to.
podcast that I don't know, I guess I don't know that word.
Guess I'm
Never.
illiterate. So directed by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, like we said earlier. Edited by Zine Baker. Box office domestic was $101 million. International was $24 million. So worldwide it was $126 million. Rotten Tomato meter. Critics gave it 83. Audience gave it 71. Which is weird.
Yeah, I feel like audiences would have. I don't know. Some of the humor is a little much at points.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the same thing last week, right? With Girl Strip.
Yeah.
The critics were like, "Oh fuck, this is comedy gold," and then everybody else was like, "You telling me that bitch peed on somebody multiple times?
Twice?
You tell me twice."
Did
Okay.
you find the budget of the movie?
No, I didn't.
I was just curious though because like when I was looking up stuff about the movie or whatever, they shot this movie in 50 days.
$32 million was the
That
budget.
seems about right because they didn't really need that many sets.
Yeah, they were kind of just
Just
stuck
in a
in
house.
James Franco's house.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually set. It was actually filmed all in one area. It was filmed in a warehouse, and they literally
Oh.
built like the
A
city.
house around it.
Yeah, the city itself is of LA, but they built it in New Orleans because it was cheaper to build the city.
Into
Like,
filming it, probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
than it would to actually rent out that part in LA.
They
Right.
made a good job making it look like it was really in LA. To me, anyway.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, the CGI was a little, but it's a $32 million film, and most of the people in it are well-known actors. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
They
a reference
probably
to
had
it
pay $30 million, like $1 million to each actor, and then they used the $2 other million to make
for the
set.
CGI for the for the.
Well, they
demons or
didn't even.
whatever.
So, like, they say that most of the film was actually shot on just 2 cameras. So it's like they really did everything kind of like.
Half-assed almost.
Not half-assed.
No,
Cheaply?
it's just like they didn't try to use like too much like CGI or too much big budget production.
Yeah.
They kept it kind of make it just feel more realistic
Right.
in a non-realistic world.
Right. Oh. Okay, so I mean, they made, not counting the marketing budget, they made almost $100 million off this movie. So that's kind of dope,
It's pretty good, I guess.
I guess.
Oh
Okay.
I mean,
so,
once again, for a rated R comedy, that's a ton of money.
yeah, that's crazy.
shit, this
as
is
hell.
rated R?
Eric.
Is it? I honestly didn't know.
There's
showed,
blood
like-
and they say fuck.
And you see demon
Oh,
dick.
come on, man.
They they literally talk about titty fucking dudes
I guess you're right.
and raping Emma Watson. Like, this
Hey,
is-
well, no, they didn't say that. They said it was giving off a vibe, alright?
Well, Jay said that he didn't want to give off the vibe.
And then everyone kind of just took it and ran with it.
It's so stupid.
If anyone's
Yeah.
gonna rape anyone here, it's gonna be
It's gonna
Danny.
No. They said it's gonna be Jay. Danny was saying if anybody's gonna rape anybody, it's probably gonna be Jay. Look at
And
him.
then Franco, because he doesn't like Danny,
yeah.
said that it was going to be Danny.
And Danny was like, I just want to ask all the Harry Potter questions.
I actually want to know the behind the scenes of that film.
And
That
what's crazy
picture.
is
Yeah.
because
What?
Emma Watson wasn't supposed to even have that role. It was originally Mila Kunis, but because of scheduling conflicts, they put Emma Watson in it.
I think Emma Watson's the funnier choice.
Mila Kunis just makes more sense because of the film history. That's why I was like, oh, that makes sense because she was like in
in
Forgetting
a-
Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, because Emma Watson, I was like, what's the tie here? Like, how is she?
But what's the tie
connected
with
to people?
Rihanna though? It's just a celebrity party.
Yeah, it's just
There-
celebrities.
Yeah.
I feel like they just sent out a mass email to all the celebrities just to see who they could get and not get.
Yeah,
They were just
prob-
like,
but
okay.
if-
Probably.
If you look at the movie though, like that's like the biggest role outside of the main cast though, and they're all friends. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that another one of their friends would have had the role originally.
Yeah, but I almost like that it was Emma Watson because it's so random.
Oh, it was so much better though.
Yeah,
I think.
Mila Kunis would not have been a better choice. At
Well, the
all.
Harry Potter thing alone makes it hilarious.
Yeah,
What did he say? Hermione stole
stole all of
my
our
beard.
shit.
Yeah.
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 So we're gonna go in reverse order. So we're gonna go Eric, James, Alex. Eric, when was the last time you watched it?
Probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
Before yesterday.
Yeah, before yesterday.
James.
So I saw it this morning, and I originally seen it in theaters when it came out, and then I saw it like one more time, I want to say, on Netflix.
Okay. Alex?
Saw it this morning, and then the last time was probably 3 weeks ago, and that was the first time I've ever seen it.
You're gonna have to talk a bit louder. Not anymore. I mean, you already said what you said.
Ah!
You were already fucking. No, don't move it closer to you, because your ass likes to bang on the table, you fucking ape. So the last time I saw it was 3 weeks ago before today. And then before that, I had just seen it on Netflix a couple times, and then that was it. Because I didn't see it in theaters. So the first time I watched it was in college, I think.
I feel like this would have been a really good movie in theaters.
I feel like it would have been
No?
a waste.
I mean, I seen it in theaters, and anytime there's a comedy that I like in theaters because like the crowd itself helps the
Yeah.
comedy.
That's true.
So like when people are laughing, like same thing with horror. When everyone in the theater kind of has the same emotions, it's always a good time.
So what you're telling me is that you're a sociopath, and you sit in the theater and you go, is everybody laughing? Ha 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 ha!
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, I should laugh here. Ha ha.
You're essentially the Joker, is what you're telling me. You went to the comedy place and you're like, ha 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 ha!
Talking about movie theaters, one of my pet peeves is when people clap after a movie is over in the movie theaters.
Why? If it's over.
Just let
Yeah,
them have
why
their
the
day,
fuck-
man.
I'm gonna
Just
look
let
up
them
at you
have
when
their
you're talking.
thing.
Yeah, what the fuck's the point? Why are you mad?
If
I
you
don't know,
said
I just-
during
I
it,
don't
I'd be
like
like,
it.
okay.
No, like, you know when the credits come and they're like, oh yeah, that was a good movie, and I'm like,
Let them have their fucking moment,
I'll have
Alex.
you know-
Jeez.
Opening night of Endgame, I clapped. So fuck off.
well, I wasn't
Every
there.
other form of art, people clap at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just...
Granted, but the people who made it are there to hear it. Like, if you're
I don't know,
going
man.
to
They
theater,
could post
can-
up.
It's just...
Oh yeah, Jonah Hill's gonna be in Chicago Heights.
with his hat and sunglasses
Yeah.
on, slumped down.
He
like this.
could. We don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah, man.
He's well, he probably was making movies. He ain't making shit no more.
Yeah.
No, he's not doing anything right now.
I don't know. It just irritates me.
Moneyball, Jonah Hill.
Fucking fatalities. Okay, so the movie opens up. I like that it's a cold open, right? There's like no title sequence or anything at the beginning of the movie, is there?
I don't think so.
No, he just like hops off the plane and just
Right.
starts.
It's a super cold open. It's almost like an episode of TV or something like
You
that.
almost don't even know what the movie's gonna be about.
Yeah, because it's just Jay Baruchel and have these two ever been in a movie together? What was it? 40 or This Is
This is
So-
the end, yes. They
No,
were
no,
in
no,
this.
They were both in Undeclared, which is it's a TV show.
Oh, right.
And I'm assuming that's when they were together first, but they also did Knocked Up together.
Knocked Up is the movie I was thinking of.
Yeah. They have a couple other projects.
You don't have to
and-
fucking slam your elbow.
I didn't
dude.
mean to do it!
Yes, you did, because
No,
you
I
went. You hit the people's elbow. She's gonna get the people's elbow. And the fucking mic
Oh,
is on your
God.
table. Oh, God.
That Mike had a family.
So Jay,
but-
Jay gets off the plane to meet up with Seth in an airport, and clearly they're happy to see each other. I mean, you can already tell that there's some tension or whatever that Jay.
I think it's like that moment anytime you have someone you ain't seen in a long time, you should be really close with. You don't really know how it's gonna be. So like it's almost kind of like you hope that it's gonna be like it was, but then if you try to start talking to someone, you're like, wow, we have really nothing to talk about, so it's super awkward.
I don't know that feeling.
Yeah, been there, done that, dude.
I have not been there. Have not done that.
Well, that's because you're still friends with all the same people.
So there's an awkward little like, hey man, it's so nice to see you. It's been how many years did they say in the movie?
Not even a year. It's been within a year.
Or months,
Yeah, they
right?
said
It's been like 8 months or
Yeah.
some stupid shit like that. So not a long time. I mean,
No.
really, really not a long time. So they do the little awkward thing, and then some dude from, I'm assuming, TMZ comes up and he's like, oh, Seth Rogen, you're talentless. Do the laugh.
Yeah.
And he goes, whoa. They have a little argument over gluten, in which Seth Rogen's being a fucking idiot, and Jay is being an asshole to him about it. And then they get to Seth's house. He spelled his name out in weed. And boy, oh boy, this movie
And
instantly-
J's, dude.
J's.
He spelled out
They spelled
J's
J and
and
J.
J.
Hey, that's coming through the mic.
And they went to Carl's Jr.
Oh
for
man,
this, dude.
those burgers look so fucking good. So they get to Seth's house, and this movie instantly dates itself. Instantly.
Yeah.
Because he goes,
3D TVs.
you telling me you have a 3D TV? And those fucking glasses look so stupid. And then Seth is like, oh man, we gotta go to James Franco's house. You know, he's having a house party. And then they bicker back and forth like a married couple. Clearly Jay doesn't want to go, but clearly Seth Rogen's a fucking asshole. And
I don't
can't
think
read
he
the
truly
room.
understands though. He's kind of just like, oh come on, man, it's cool. Like, he has a hard time kind of understanding like why Jay doesn't like it.
I don't think so. I think he fully understands that he doesn't like it. He's just greedy. He just,
Yeah.
it's not even greedy. He just doesn't care. He like really does
Yeah.
not care that his friend is not going to have a fucking good time. And instead of just doing what his friend wants to do, who's coming and visiting him, he's like, nah, we're going to go to this fucking party.
But honestly, if you're Seth Rogen at this point, like that is a banging party to not go to.
Yeah, but this dude's supposed to be a lifelong friend.
I mean, that's like when James comes over and we make him go to the dog groomers with us.
We don't make him do shit. And it's not like we hang out at the fucking dog grooming place, idiot. What are you talking about? Not bad example. It'd be like if James came over and we went to one of your friends' house. And was like, oh, come on, James, it'll be a good time. Come hang out with people you don't like or know.
Nah.
But it depends. If there's like 75 people, like I'd be like, that's a lot of people, first of all.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I can find someone to talk to. But I wouldn't have to be as close-minded as Jay. Jay's instantly like, no, like I don't like any of these people. No matter what they do, I don't like them.
He goes through the whole movie not liking these people.
Yeah.
Though, he sticks to it. He doesn't like these people
Yeah.
because they're bad people. It's not like they're good dudes. Craig is the only one who he doesn't say he doesn't like, but he also
doesn't
says,
know him.
I don't know him. So, like,
But also, too, their first interaction is not a good interaction.
at all.
He
'cause-
makes fun of him.
Yeah, he does. But even, I don't know. I agree with Jay here. Jay knows he doesn't like these people. He already doesn't like being in the city. They go out of their way to say that Jay hates being here. And Seth
Yeah.
is still just like, oh, come on, dude, don't worry about it.
I won't leave you.
I wonder if that plays into, like, because both Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel, I think they're both Canadian, right?
I don't think Seth Rogen is. I know Jay is, though.
I'm pretty sure he is, Seth Rogen.
Maybe. I
All I
didn't
know
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Canadian. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm assuming that's how they kind of linked up in the first place.
Probably.
Jay is a Viking. Thank you.
And he's a little bitch. Thank
Get it
you.
right.
Still a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He's a voice of
Um,
Hiccup.
Because the way this movie came about in the first place was because Jay and Seth Rogen did a short film, and it branched off to this movie.
I didn't know
So,
that.
like, yeah, so
It's
this
like a
project...
prequel?
I'm gonna kill that ant. Do you think
No, I wouldn't say a prequel because the movie's about
Don't
something
worry.
else. So I guess it took them 6 years to make this film because like a bunch of like obviously scheduling conflicts because of all the big stars.
Yeah, that's not
But yeah. So like the Seth and Evan Greenberg or Goldberg, whatever his
Have you
last
seen the
name
other
is. They
Evan Goldberg.
originally like did the short film and then it was like they were like, oh, we could really turn this into something, and then they made this film 6 years down the road.
That makes sense.
So like they've been working together a long time, Jay Baruchel, and which when I
Baruchel.
didn't know that
Baruchel.
So when I first watched this movie, I was like, why is he like the other main character, like of all these other stars? But it's because their actual personal relationship.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that Undeclared is like a spiritual sequel to Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's actually pretty good for like what it is.
Both of them are good. I loved Freaks and Geeks. That
Yeah.
show was the shit.
I love the references to that. Like even at one
So
point in
funny.
time, he's like, we're
Fucking-
freaks. They're like,
No, yeah, he goes fucking nerds when he's talking to
Yeah.
Seth and James.
Well,
or
isn't
whatever.
there a painting that says Geeks 1999?
Yeah, it does.
Is that what
and
that
it's the
reference-
actual geeks from Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because Seth and James are the freaks in the title,
Mhm.
and then one of the, isn't it Linda Cardellini?
yeah,
Linda Cardellini is just a girl in high school, and she ends up going out with Seth. She
have no
links up
clue.
with the freaks.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah, she links up with the freaks essentially, and she finds like people that she's like interested in, and then her little brother is part of the geeks, and her little brother was in that painting, in the show. It's a really fucking good show.
Oh.
You don't care. Your word. Stop picking.
I
at
was
your
looking
fingers.
at you.
No, you went.
And I'm pretty sure they have the whole cast in the movie though. Like at least in the background.
No, I don't think so.
Like the main cast at least. I
Nah.
feel.
Where the fuck is Linda Cardellini at?
Oh, she's not in it, but Jason Segel's in there.
Okay.
And then
I don't
one of
think-
the other guys.
I don't think any of the geeks are in this movie. It's literally the freaks, and that's it. And
Maybe.
not even the girl freak is there. The girl freak was the chick from White Chicks.
I'm gonna let you guys know. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
James is on some bullshit. That's what we're talking about.
Well, I don't know, because like even with Jason Segel, he's like uncredited in it. So like, they could be in the background for all we know.
Yeah, but fuck, Batman
have
could
to
be in
have-
the background for all we know.
I
Green
feel like
Goblin was.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like they'd have to have some type of documentation that they were in the movie.
The movie, typically.
No, there's been movies where like a person's in there like clear as day, and
they're
like
just
you gotta go on
uncredited.
IMDb and you scroll all the way to the bottom,
Yeah.
and it's like,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it's like Bruce Willis.
Uncredited in
Yeah.
McDonald's commercial. Okay, so then they get to the party. Everyone is generally just being a dick at this party. James Franco even opens with forgetting Jay's name. He calls
Hey,
him Johnny.
Johnny.
Jay, actually. I won't forget it. The sexual jokes from start to finish is just laid on thick as fuck
Yeah.
in this movie. This movie's comedy is all sexual all the time.
But even before that, it sets up so good because originally Jay's like, "This is why I don't like these people,"
Mhm.
and instantly the first interactions with him are why like they show it though.
Yeah.
Because he's like Franco doesn't even know my name. First interaction, and he's talking about just like everyone's kind of a dick and
Jonah Hill is
being-
fake.
is
and-
condescending and like
yeah.
this, and then as soon as you see them, the first thing they do is do what he doesn't like.
It's prove him right, is what it is.
Yeah.
It proves that he's not crazy. He's just observant, and he has feelings about all these people. Go ahead, girl.
So, it's made very apparent that James Franco's like obsessed with Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he loves
Yeah,
him,
he
dude.
loves
so,
him.
so that's what I put in my notes, is that there's a
Okay.
friendship triangle
Yeah.
between James, Seth, and Jay. And Jay just wants to hang out with his bud, but James Franco also just wants to hang out with his bud. And Seth just wants to blow two dudes. Essentially, is the basis
I don't
of
even-
the movie.
It's weird though because even Seth is almost like he wants to hang out with the group as a whole. Like,
Yeah.
he just wants to hang out with a bunch of people and have fun.
He just wants
but
to
both of
incorporate
them,
Jay. Yeah.
yeah.
They just want
but,
alone time with him.
but
No,
Jay and
James doesn't like
James.
Jay,
Wink.
yeah,
and Jay doesn't like James. It's the
yeah,
I mean, but Jay just doesn't like anybody.
Yeah.
yeah. But Jay and James both want alone time with Seth.
I just
No, I
loved
think-
when Jay was trying to take
Yeah,
the
maybe.
Seth Rogen poster down, and he's like, no, take me instead.
Don't
Yeah,
do that to Rogan.
instead. I love that relationship in the movie though. It's so funny.
It's so random. I said the best friend tension and triangle thing between James, Seth, and Jay is so weird. Michael Cera is wild as fuck. He's
Dude.
doing bumps of coke off the beer pong table and slapping Rihanna's ass, and she slaps the fuck out of him. She fucking winds that shit back like a cartoon character and what?
So I got a couple of notes on that. So originally Michael Cera, he was like, okay, I only have one request if I'm gonna do this and play this role. So then Seth was like, oh, it's probably something like, it's too crazy or whatever. He's like, I want to wear a yellow windbreaker.
Are you fucking
So that's why
serious?
he's yeah. So he wanted to have that costume. And with Rihanna, originally he was not supposed to slap her ass, but then when they were doing it, it looked fake. And she's like, okay, I'll allow you to do it, but once you slap my ass, I got to slap you as hard as I can. So like
Oh,
he
so she
actually
actually
they
hit
both
him?
yeah. So both the slaps of her ass and his face are legit.
What the fuck? I mean, like, I get wanting things to look realistic or whatever. I'm not letting nobody hit me in the face. And I'm not going to
She
slap
hit him
nobody's ass.
Way harder than she should have.
Yeah, because even, for one, she doesn't have a big ass. So he
No.
had to hit it at the right angle. But he slapped it, like down like
He
this.
like fingers it
Yeah.
like with the top of his hand.
There's not
Yeah.
a lot of ass in this. Nothing.
No, he doesn't get the palm.
He had to,
and
he
she
had to
wa-
really wind up.
And she fucking, like, bosh! If she had hit him in
Yeah.
the nose, she'd have broke his nose. Nah, not an even trade.
And he's
at
only
all.
like 90 pounds. Dude.
Yeah. Well, she's
Yeah.
only 85 pounds. She's not that much smaller. Or not. Yeah, she's not, like, bigger than him. But,
Yeah, that was younger Rihanna.
Yeah. So, weed is tight. Weed is tight. That's Jonah Hill. And then he talks about his incognate spaniel. That shit cracked me the fuck up. She doesn't know how to bark. So she smashes her face up against the screen and just yells, "Ah!"
That's the dog at the end of the movie, right? That they're holding.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Seth is holding
I
it.
forgot where that dog head came from.
At the end of the movie?
Yeah, when they're in
Yeah,
heaven.
when they're in heaven,
Oh,
he has a dog
shit.
in his
He's
arm.
holding
It's that
it.
dog.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie 4 times and never noticed he was holding a dog in heaven.
Yeah.
I
That's
just caught
so
that
funny.
today when I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a spaniel, it's 100% that dog. That's so funny.
It's the same dog. You can tell too, because like if you look at the picture, because when he shows a picture in the phone, you
It's-
can't really see
it's
it that
soaking
well.
wet. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, totally, it's a dog.
Funny as hell. So then we get a scene with Kevin Hart and Jason Segel, just chatting it up, being generally funny dudes.
Talking about How I Met Your Mother, which was fantastic for me.
Yeah,
I love that.
and fucking Kevin Hart was just eating Jason Segel up, dude. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
hyping
he-
him the fuck up. He's like, that's what makes
He's
you
so-
the best, dude. That's what makes you funny as hell.
But too, Kevin Hart is playing like an exaggerated Kevin Hart
He's-
too, which is so funny.
It's really just his stage persona. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He's playing the
Mhm.
Kevin Hart that does all the comedy specials, which I mean is the best Kevin Hart.
It's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
Anything with Kevin Hart in it, I just love. I love
Yeah,
Kevin
we'll
Hart.
see when you rate this movie, Buster. So, then we get what I think is one of the most fascinating parts of this film. They spoil the ending. James Franco and Seth Rogen have a discussion about how the ending of Pineapple Express 2 is going to end, and they say exactly how the ending of this movie happens. With James Franco, anyways. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah, but what's also so crazy about that, that's what they originally like pitched for the sequel to actual Pineapple Express 2.
I figured as much, right? That they would just add that. Who are you texting?
Don't worry about me. Worry about that.
Bro, I gotta worry about you.
Ted.
I'm over here trying to motherfucking produce a show, and your ass is over here texting. You're fired. You're fired.
Done. Finished.
But yeah, I just love that they predicted the ending. They foreshadowed the ending of the movie.
It's funny though when they like do the whole little like when they film stuff or whatever though. I really thought the first time I saw it, Woody Harrelson was just gonna come out of nowhere,
That would have been funny as fuck if they would have.
and then like never shows up again though.
well, it would have been really funny if he ended up wearing exactly what Jonah Hill was wearing. Like, wore
Yeah.
that shirt and everything and made it seem like it was supposed to be Jonah, and then they cut to Jonah wearing the same shit. I would have died. But what
It almost looks like what he was wearing in Zombieland.
it might have been.
Kind of.
Maybe. That
But man, how great would that have been though? Like, so they're just filming it. It's actually Woody Harrelson, and then when they like go out of camera, it's Jonah
It's
Hill.
Jonah Hill, yeah. I would have died. That would have been too good.
Now that would have been meta.
Yeah, meta is
Yeah,
raw.
yeah, totally.
People would have been like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, it would be too much for that. That movie's already kind of too much at parts.
Yeah. So then Michael Cera drugged McLovin, which was crazy as fuck.
Oh,
He blew
dude,
cocaine
smell
into his
this.
face. How's this cocaine smell? Oh man, I've
Oh,
never
dude,
done
I'm tripping
cocaine.
out.
Dude, he blasted him in the face bogus too.
That was a cool reunion, though. A little cool Superbad reunion with the three of them
Yeah.
together. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
I've never seen super bad, so I don't really know.
Oh man, you're such a hipster. You don't know good comedies.
Yeah, Superbad's still funny.
It's so good. That movie holds the fuck up.
Yeah.
We have to watch it sometime.
Maybe.
No, it does. No maybes.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Dude, don't look at me like that, dude.
I need to stop doing fucking visual bits. Because, what the fuck? Nobody's gonna be able to hear my eyes looking up.
Hey, man.
so-
Watch us on YouTube.
YouTube.com/Sooner or Later TV. Actually, there's no /Sooner or Later TV. We have to wait 90 days or something like that. It's something we have to get verified in order to change our URL, which sucks.
Oh, that is stupid.
So then some more scenes happen, and then Jay catches Michael Cera during sip time. I think that's when this movie really decided to take a fucking turn. When you watched a girl eat Michael Cera's ass.
And the joy on her face
Oh,
when
man.
she came up.
She is making those cheeks clap on her cheeks, dude. Oh my god, Michael Cera!
Jay stayed there way longer than he
Yeah.
should have, too.
And he makes eye contact. Let me tell you.
With everybody.
Yeah, all three of them. He fucking does one of these. I would never. You want to sip?
Michael Cera's like deadpan stares in this though.
Yeah, he's like dead behind the eyes.
It was so good though. Like it almost, if at that point he ended up being like the killer of the movie, I would have believed it. Like he just seemed so like different and out of his element, which was like you're just not used to like Michael Cera playing a role like that.
Ever. Yeah. Okay, then they walk over. So Jay then leaves that weird situation and goes to find Seth and ask where he can buy some cigarettes. And Seth tells him at a grocery store. And then he makes Jay ask him if he's going to go with him to the grocery store to go get cigarettes. Just enhancing the fact that Seth Rogen's a fucking asshole in this movie.
Man, who wants to leave a party,
But
dude?
it's
He was
your-
having a good time.
It's your
It's
bud,
your best
dude.
friend. It's not
yeah.
even just your bud. It's your best friend. Like, if I was having a bomb ass time at a party and one of you guys were like, "Hey, where can I go get cigarettes?" I'd be like, "Oh, well, let's go. Let's hurry up, go get cigarettes, and we'll hurry up and come back."
I mean,
I'm
I
not-
have a perfect example of
We
this.
all know James is a piece of shit now.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Okay, say it. We're listening.
So we
See,
went to
we're
go
listening.
see my favorite DJ for the first time ever in my life, and he was only on for like 10 minutes, and then everybody was like, "Hey, let's go. We want to go home."
He was not on for 10 minutes. It was an hour and a half set, and we stayed for an hour.
We did not stay for an hour.
Yes, we did.
We were not
missed
there
the
for an
last
hour.
30 minutes.
No, we did not.
Okay, well, you could start a different podcast called Alex's Life is So Fucking Miserable, and make sure that I'm not on that invite. Because
Damn, dude, my life sucks. I went to my
My
favorite
favorite
DJ
artist.
party. I had the opportunity to go to this. Man, my life sucks.
my boyfriend bought me
I only
these
heard
tickets.
like 3 songs from him, and then
No, you
everyone was
fucking
like,
didn't!
"Let's wrap it up. Let's go."
How long are their songs?
They don't play full songs. So now we're here because she doesn't get the microphone. She's gonna be a fucking crybaby. It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be.
Are you done?
Yes.
That's the
Because-
wrong band though for this movie.
It is the wrong band for this movie.
Uh,
Go ahead.
but my thing is, it's just like Jay almost seemed like he was going out his way to like ruin Seth's time, man.
How?
Because anytime Seth was having fun, and then he's like, "Oh, you left me." Seth doesn't leave him; he's hanging with him, and then Jay disappears, and Jay never links up with him again
Dude,
until
he's
says,
going to find a fucking cigarette.
Well, he says I'm gonna go have a smoke.
Yeah.
And
then
then-
he tries to
So we
bum
expect
out-
Seth to just sit there and be like,
Okay, let's go.
No, look, I agree with you. He shouldn't have blamed Seth for leaving because Seth never left. He stayed right where well, he didn't really stay where the fuck he said
He was still in the
gonna be.
house.
Yeah, he was still in the house. He went to go sit on the couch. which
his
is
legs
not
probably hurt. He was sitting on the couch.
Look, we get it. You're Seth Rogen. You don't like us. I wish we were cooler.
And don't blame the couch. We told you that there's a perfectly good bed downstairs you can sleep on.
You're right. but
I
that's
love
not
the
what he was saying.
couch. All right.
He was saying Seth Rogen's legs hurt. That's why he sat down on the couch.
Alex is ready to
Yeah, you ain't lying.
So
box someone out.
they go down to the grocery store and they walk in. They're looking for cigarettes, and then that's when shit goes down. These fucking people at the counter get sucked up into this blue light, and the bitch behind the counter, who is being a bitch, by the way, she should have been
Yeah,
acting
they go
like
out their
that.
way to show you, like, okay, bad people aren't coming.
Yeah. And then her ass gets fucking wiped by that goddamn air conditioning unit. Straight wiped the fuck out.
Yeah, she explodes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
blood everywhere. So then they run back to the party, and no one believes them. They think they're crazy, and then Jay looks at Seth and says, "Seth, you fucking saw that shit, back me up." And he went,
Dude.
"Ah, I didn't see nothing."
But he didn't. He was stuck under
He
the cage.
did, dude.
No,
He had to have.
Yeah, he saw that shit.
No, he doesn't.
There's no
Yes, he
way
does.
you don't see
A bunch
beams
of
of
blue.
light.
Dude is on a lot of drugs, and
No,
and
he's
He's
not.
on
He
on
smoked
weed.
They did drugs before he got there, and then
No,
he
they
did drugs as
didn't.
soon as he got there.
Weed. They only smoked weed. Weed.
He's still high.
Yeah, but
Dude, that's his state.
yeah.
He lives in that high state, dude.
It's not like if you smoked weed and you started hallucinating. Of course you're gonna hallucinate. You never did it.
Because he's freaking out. That's why the cage is on top of him, and the chips are falling on him, and he's moving around. His eyes might not even be closed in that scene.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! No, he saw these people get sucked up. All right.
No, because he
100%,
adamantly
dude.
denies it because he decides. That's why he says I didn't see it because he generally did not see it.
No, he did see it. He's in fucking shock, is what it is. He's denying it because he's freaking the fuck out. It's
We
just
got it
that-
frame by frame. He does not see it.
I don't believe
He
you.
sees it, dude.
You're so laggy because you're playing the fucking movie. Turn the goddamn
I'm-
movie off because you don't need to watch it.
I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
make editing so fucking difficult for me.
I don't know. I'm with James.
What?
I don't think he saw it.
I don't think he does either.
Well, you both are pieces of shit. Congratulations.
Yeah, we know who the true friends are.
Fucking assholes. Is this off? Okay, it is.
You tell me you won't see a big ass blue fucking light.
They totally did. Y'all are crazy. Anyways, so Seth Rogen continues being a bad fucking friend, and then Jay gets everybody riled up, and then there's an earthquake, and so the house is shaking, so then everybody runs out the house, and then the Hollywood Hills are on fire. Everything's on fire, shit is going to hell, and then a fucking sinkhole opens up in the middle of James Franco's front yard. And then motherfuckers die, dude. We see so many people dying. Michael Cera can't find his phone. He gets impaled, and then his phone is in his pocket.
He doesn't.
Oh,
He doesn't know where his
It's like
phone is.
in his
Someone
back
stole it.
pocket too, right?
This is
It's in
embarrassing.
his, yeah, it's in his front pocket, and then he takes it out and he goes, "Well, this is embarrassing," and then the thing falls into the sinkhole.
Especially because after all the coke he wasted on them, how are they gonna steal his phone?
Yeah, this is really fucked
Rihanna
up.
dies too, right? She falls in the hole.
Rihanna dies.
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari dies. Kevin Hart dies.
Oh,
Jason
dude,
Segel
that's the
dies.
first one when I cracked up when, Aziz is going to. Who's he saying?
Kevin
Like,
Hart.
hey, help me up, dude.
He grabbed Kevin Hart's foot and he's like, "Fucking let me go, Aziz! Go on, get off me!" And he kicks him.
And then he's like, "No, dude, you're already in the hole. It's too late for you."
Yeah,
He's like, "What the
yeah.
fuck are you talking about, man?
I'm
I'm
right
right
here."
here."
And what's so funny about that is when Craig goes back inside, because Craig's also he's like, Aziz help me or whatever. And isn't Craig the one that says that?
Yeah, no, it is Craig. Yeah, it is Craig.
And then he goes inside. He's like, I try to save him, and Seth's like, you did everything you could, but he did not try to save him at all.
We get our first hint of Jonah Hill hating Jay because he tries to push him down the hole.
Yeah, you saw that shit.
He was running by him and fucking hockey checks him into the hole. And Jay Baruchel thinks that he can
He just
swing.
wasn't trying not to hit him.
No, yeah. I mean, there was space. They
Yeah.
were social distancing space, and he
Yeah.
fucking
He could have moved, but he just said, I'm gonna keep going my direction, and I'm not adjusting.
whoever I hit.
Yeah.
And then Jay Baruchel says that he can swing that man's whole body weight up, and then he's like, "Are you fucking sure?"
My
Jay
whole
like-
body
Dude,
weight.
and he asked him so many times.
Well, yeah. What the fuck, Jay Baruchel, dude?
But
He's fucking ridiculous.
I'm glad they did it, though, because, really, though, in movies, it's all the time they catch him, it's your arm would snap in half.
Oh yeah, his socket, his fucking shoulder would have popped right out the goddamn socket. There ain't no way he's swinging somebody up like that.
And Jay's so tiny,
He's a
there's
thin
definitely
man.
no way.
Thin man. So then they get back inside, and then they're freaking the fuck out, and James Franco's like, "Why the fuck did you guys go outside? What the fuck's happening?" And then they continue to freak out, and then they hear a helicopter. And they think, "Oh, fuck, the good guys are coming to save us, we're gonna be fine, we're gonna get saved." And then the helicopter comes smashing through the fucking house, the blade comes right in and cuts my boy Craig. And when
He's like, "Look, dude."
"Yo, fucking
But-
house, James Franco!" And they cut his
That's
fucking
also
finger.
when you start seeing before that how, Jonah Hill's really a piece of shit. Because he's like, they'll come get Clooney, they'll come get someone else, they'll come get me. If they got room for you guys, they'll take you too. He's just so pretentious.
And then James Franco is like, what the... Or he's yelling at Jay, and then Jonah Hill's like, come on, stop being so mean to Jay. He's having a hard fucking time right now.
He's not as strong as us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he backhanded compliments him the whole time.
The whole fucking time. And then they have a bunkering down montage where they're running through the house. They're putting tape on cracks in the wall. They're taking the paintings and locking up the doors and shit like that. Somebody builds a tent with the dick. That was when the scene when James Franco begs not to use the Seth Rogen painting because it's too precious to him. And then they get to counting out all the shit that they have. And it's so random the things that they give counts for. Like, they're like 5 bottles of whiskey, 4 bottles of fucking vodka, and then they're like, Patron. Or, like, it's just random shit that they're counting off. Boy, oh boy, they have a lot of drugs.
They're like
Holy
shrooms,
shit.
ecstasy.
15 pills of ecstasy, which is fucking crazy. Who you texting, James? Put your phone down.
In the scene, the chips are over his face the whole time. He does not see.
Put your goddamn phone down. That shit is so not important. You definitely...
It is, because you guys are wrong. Me and Alex are right.
No, you can't see his fucking eyes. You don't know if
He's
his eyes
still
are
on
open.
it.
Yeah,
You
he's
can't.
still fucking on it.
They show the frame.
They don't fucking have a close-up shot of Seth Rogen and show that his eyes are like this.
Yeah, he goes back to things out here. He closes his eyes and the chips fall on his head.
There's no close-up shot. You don't know if his eyes are closed.
We'll look it up later, James. It's okay.
We're right. They're wrong. But we
You
know
don't
now.
up.
I
You
looked it up.
don't know that.
I looked it up. They're wrong.
Yeah, on your phone. I forgot. The most high-fidelity way that you could view that fucking picture on your phone screen.
I zoomed in.
That makes it even worse.
Shut up.
I auto-enhanced.
iPhone's got the zoom and enhance feature. You fucking idiots.
They do.
Where the fuck are we at?
They give counts.
Yes, they give the counts. They have a lot of fucking drugs. Fucking Jonah Hill is wild as hell for wielding that weapon like that.
Oh, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot myself. It's the conversation.
I didn't like that scene. I found it kind of annoying.
Why?
I was like, Jonah, quit being a dick. Like, put the gun away.
But it's a good scene though because it shows his true colors. Because it's
Yeah.
this guy who's been trying to be nice this whole time, but clearly he's a fucking asshole. But James,
But even in that scene, he's like, oh, I'm joking, guys, relax. Like, but it's like, that's his whole thing. Is he's just like, oh, I'm just kidding. But it's like, no, dude, this is not.
I was being
no.
sarcastic. I don't want you to inject Lysol into yourself.
Yeah, I just want to see what the media would do with that. All right.
Clearly, they fucking twisted it. I'm ignoring that. I don't know what the fuck that guy just said. So then, as they're laying down, you can hear the army outside fighting whatever's going on outside. And everybody's freaking the fuck out except for James Franco, who has headphones on and sunglasses for some reason. Or like a night mask or some shit like that. And sleeping with the gun.
It's like this.
He's sleeping
Yeah.
with the gun on his chest, pointed at his own head. Fucking savage.
Yeah.
So then, everybody else is hearing it, and so they all lay in the living room. Seth comes down first, and then Craig comes down, and then Jonah Hill comes out of fucking nowhere, and they all decide they're going to sleep together because they're scared. I have in my notes, too often I've had that dick-to-dick or ass-to-ass conversation. How do you guys want to sleep? You want to sleep dick-to-dick or ass-to-ass?
I'm surprised no one suggested feet to face.
Feet to face, yeah, that's what I would have
Yeah.
suggested. The title.
That's not what I was suggested, dude. Feet to face? Sounds awful.
Well, they weren't all sweaty just yet. No, they might have had some fear sweats. Some, oh, fuck.
Craig
sweat.
always sweats.
No.
Yeah,
Craig
Craig is a
sweats,
sweaty dude.
He has his embroidered towel.
Doesn't it say, like, Mr. Robinson on it?
It does, yeah.
And his shirt, the take your panties off shirt.
Yeah.
I love it. So then...
You can't handle my midriff.
Yeah. I want a 50-year shirt. The bottom fifth. So then, we cut to a scene in the morning, and we see Danny McBride waking up. What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, my fucking I'm gonna worry about it. What are you even doing?
He's waking up in a tub.
Yep. And he gets up and he starts getting all high, or he's like having a good fucking time.
He fucking takes a shower with the water bottles.
Fucking idiot. Do you need help?
No.
Because now you're annoying me.
No, don't worry about me.
But he generally thinks he's doing the right thing.
No,
Like,
yeah,
no,
100%.
He's like,
Yeah, maybe.
no, why? He doesn't know there's an apocalypse. He's like, I'm
He
gonna make
doesn't.
all my friends breakfast.
Okay, but he's also a fucking asshole because who the fuck doesn't just look outside and go, what the fuck is going on outside? He woke up in a room with a fucking window.
Yeah.
So like,
But you don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's
I feel like
jackass.
there's been so many times where you
You
wake
video
up, you don't
call.
bother to look outside.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you that. Benefit of the doubt. Maybe he is trying to be a nice guy. Even though
He is 100%. There's no reason for him to be a dick in that moment.
he fucking crashed a party. He's a dick. He's hungry, and he made all that food just so that he can be like, oh yeah, well I made you guys food too. Don't worry about it.
Well, yes,
Like
he
me.
probably originally made it so that he could eat first.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a dick
But
move.
he didn't make it to waste the resources.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but only because he didn't know that those were finite resources.
I honestly though, even if he did, he still would have made it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he shows that.
Yeah.
Girl, they're just being dicks.
I know.
So why respond to them?
'Cause I can.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations. Yeah, you can. You're just as you're an idiot. So then everybody yells at Danny, and Craig gets wild apparently and gets rid of his pants according to Danny McBride. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm Craig Robinson. Because when I get fucked up, I also lose my pants.
Where the pants at?
And then Danny's like, "Oh, now I know you're lying, cause you're not talking about sucking dudes off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes fun of Jonah Hill's delivery for the word fatalities, because he says that he should be better at acting because he's a Academy Award nominated actor, and I love Jonah Hill's response, how he just fucking looks at him and he's like, fatalities.
What's funny because he just got that nod not that long ago, right?
Yeah. When did Moneyball come out? Wasn't it 2010?
I think 2012, and this movie came out 2013.
2011. Yeah. So that
Okay.
was fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the call out to Seth Rogen being in Green Hornet, I thought was really funny too.
Yeah.
That's such a random pull. Okay, so then the random dude who we still don't know if he's ever been in anything popular. Apparently not. Apparently this dude has acted in
He's
every...
been in those Ask Google commercials, where a random person comes in and asks something.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
where was that earlier when we were looking them up?
We only spent 15 minutes talking about this dude. And nothing out of Eric.
I think
I thought
Eric thought someone else was gonna do it.
Eric knew off the top of his head. He ain't reading that shit.
no, I googled it. I googled him. I thought that's what you guys did. And you guys just brought up his other shit. I was like, okay, my shit's not important.
Because the movies that Alex picked were totally important.
They're TV shows.
He didn't know what she was gonna mention though. He had faith in her.
And then he forgot.
IMDb or whatever didn't have Google commercials.
You don't know that. You didn't look.
Yes, I did. I went from top to bottom.
What was this dude's name?
Yeah, but you also
Brian
said he was
Husky.
part of Bob the Birders. So I'm not
Bob
really going to
Builders.
trust your reading capabilities on IMDb.
Whatever.
IMDb kind of sucks sometimes too when it comes to the listing stuff.
Yeah. There's just too many random people putting that shit on there. Random dude knocks on the door, gets his head chopped off by something. We don't know what it is. They proceed to play soccer with his severed head. And then,
Jonah tries to boss up though.
he does.
He tried.
And then the dude blinks at him, apparently.
It blinked
Dude,
at me.
all the blood just dripped and he just...
Yeah.
He blinked at me.
He blinked in my face.
He blinked at me. And then James Franco falls into the puddle of blood.
Face plants into the puddle of blood.
Yeah, he does. It's all over him.
Yeah.
They can't shower. They then are together, and then they decide, all right, I guess it's time to do all these drugs. It's the apocalypse. We better start doing hella drugs. Jay says he doesn't want to start doing drugs, so then Seth Rogen tells him, well, too bad I put ecstasy in your drink. So then they have a wild ass night. A bunch of shit's going on. There's a scene during this montage where it cuts to Danny and he has the nudie magazine. And he rustles through it and then he goes, "Alright guys, I'm going to sleep. Nobody come bother me."
Yeah.
Which is going to play a
Well, you
bigger
know
part.
What's interesting too, like I guess so. I had read it. I didn't actually write it down, but like I think they say James Franco wears like a combination of like 13 different outfits or whatever.
Dude, he changes his shirt so much
All
in
the
this movie.
time.
But it's like because it's his house.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got a new fresh pair of clothes.
Yeah, and it's so cool though because everyone like changes maybe once or whatever because they either had an undershirt on or they like either. Well, Danny McBride straight up wears
Yeah.
one of his suits, his tux. But I was like, I thought that was so cool because I didn't notice that and I didn't pay attention to it. But it makes sense though. Like, yeah, I totally would change if I was in my own my own house and I had all these clothes.
Right.
And I'm sure he could have shared with his friends that were around the same size as him too.
I don't think anybody there wore the same size as him though.
Sure,
Jay.
Jay.
And that was about it. Seth Rogen's
But Jay's
too
even
fat.
too small. I thought it would have been too big on Jay.
Yeah, but at least it's fresh clothes.
Yeah.
It's not like Craig
Yeah.
was like, "Hey James, let me get one of your shirts." It's like a sweat all in it. So then my notes are kind of filtering out a little bit here. They're going kind of fast. So if I miss something, fucking jump into that shit. Emma Watson comes in like a motherfucking badass. Comes in with that motherfucking axe, and she's like,
Well,
"Open
no.
up!"
Hold on. Before Emma Watson comes in, they make all the sequels to the movies that they never made sequels to before.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So they do Pineapple Express 2, and what else? That's the only one, right?
I thought that's it. I
Yeah.
thought
They only do
did.
Pineapple Express too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the
But-
sequels that they never made.
Oh.
So they do Pineapple Express 2. It's awesome. There's a car chase. It's really fucking funny.
Dude, yeah, it's really good
The
actually.
fact though that they had 4 actors from that movie
It's insane.
it was so great. That made it so good.
And then they're laying there smoking weed when Emma Watson decides to come in and fuck shit up.
Yeah, and there's a couple more mentions of like other sequels they would. I'll talk to you. Other sequels they would do if they had the time or whatever. And then Emma Watson comes in like a badass with an axe and starts chopping shit. They tell her that she can go lay down in James Franco's room, and then outside of the room, they're all talking about how excited they are to have Emma there, and they're gonna, they're gonna make sure that she feels safe and that, it's good. She brought an axe or whatever. It's great.
Yeah, she's a little sister, Craig says.
Yeah, and then fucking Jay. Then Jay decides he's gonna just. God fucking damn it, dude. She's fucking distracting. She needs to just look at the goddamn video and be done with it. She's doing a bunch of bullshit over there on the laptop. I'm about to just give you a monitor that you can't move anything on. So I'm gonna just put this monitor over there and have the screen on it. Take away your mouse. So then outside of the room, Jay says, "Hey guys, she's the only girl here. I think we need to go out of our way to make sure that she doesn't feel like she's
we gotta
being
address
threatened."
the elephant in the room.
And then,
And then
Seth,
Jonah Hill's, or who is it?
Seth goes,
Rogen.
"Hey, come on, don't talk about him. He's right here."
Yeah.
And points to Craig Robinson.
I fucking laughed my ass off, dude.
And Craig's like, "Yeah, man, I'm right here."
I laughed my ass off that scene, dude.
And then Danny McBride comes out and says it. He says, Jay saying, or what does he say exactly in the scene? He just says like
A rapey vibe.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
saying
the
we don't
rapey
want to
vibe
give off a
and stuff.
rapey vibe. And then it cuts to Emma Watson as they're talking about, oh, well, the only person who's probably going to rape Emma Watson is fucking Jay or Danny. And the fucking look on her face when she hears that shit is so priceless. So
She comes out strong.
she really does with that fucking axe. So then she comes out strong. She's like, "Get the fuck away from me. Go the fuck downstairs or whatever." And then she takes their food and their rations or whatever. And then they say,
I
"Don't."
think she just take their drinks.
Yeah, she
though.
just
Is
takes
it just the drinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
She says, "Give me all the liquid you have," or something like that.
And then somebody says, "Don't give her the Milky Way."
Yeah. Jonah Hill's
Yeah,
like, don't
James
give her the...
Franco,
is it
right?
James Franco?
Or-
I thought it was Jonah. It's like, don't give
It was one of them too, because those
And then-
two are talking about Milky Way the whole
And
time.
then I think Craig says it too.
Yeah, he's like, don't give away the Milky Way.
Yeah, they're too geeked about the Milky Way.
Oh wait, to go back a little bit, when that random dude busted through the wall, they bring up one of the recurring jokes in the movie, and who is it? I think James Franco says something like, oh, we can't let him in, man. What if he wants to try and titty fuck us?
Yeah.
Grabs his boobs, and then the random dude outside is like, "Oh, come on, guys! If you want me to titty fuck you, I'll titty fuck you. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just let me inside the fucking house."
He was like, I just want to live.
There's a fucking thing out here. So then, back to Emma Watson. She takes all their liquids, and then
just,
I think somebody tells James Franco to give her the gun, or does she say, "Give me the gun"?
no one says anything.
No,
about
no,
the
no,
gun.
no.
Well, cause he yells, "I'm not giving her the fucking gun."
Oh, I don't
No, I think Dan McBride says to like shoot her in the
Yeah.
face or something.
Oh,
like,
right.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna shoot her. I'm not shooting Emma Watson."
Yeah.
Or he makes like either says her name or a reference to Harry Potter, but he's not gonna shoot her in the face.
Yeah.
He says.
No, it's Danny that goes upstairs when they're making the video, and he was like, Hermione stole all her shit.
Yeah, well, he does the video confession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like all mad,
I
like,
love that
slumped,
little
and he's just
sequence.
Yeah, the video confessions have been really funny. So then James Franco discloses that he has water in the basement, and Craig loses the straw poll to go try and get into the basement because he only has outside access to the basement, which is fucking stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you? Come on. Because he said he had the house custom built for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So,
said
He
he
didn't
designed
think
it.
about the basement until after the fact. He was like, yeah, just put a door outside.
No, you can't build a house like that. You have to start at the basement. You can't just put a basement in afterwards.
No, I'm saying
Well,
he
if-
made
I'm
the
sure
basement,
wherever-
and then they just forgot to put an access inside. So he's like, yeah, just put one outside. It's fine.
Well, LA
Yeah.
typically doesn't have basements.
Right.
I don't think. Yeah.
But
But also, he put a lot of like rare shit down there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
oh, he didn't want direct access, I guess, on the inside? 'Cause
Yeah.
he has all those cool Hollywood parties.
And I'm sure he has servants, so he's like,
Servants?
servants can go.
Oh, that's
know
your
their
soft
laws.
speaking
Yeah.
there.
Well, you know he's got them colored servants. So
He probably has employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has help around the house. God damn, bro.
Wait,
I think
before this
I gotta
though,
edit that out.
I don't know if this is when like Franco was finally sick of Danny, and he's like, man, if he wasn't jerking off all the time, maybe he'd be hydrated.
No, this
No,
is
no.
after they get in the basement.
Yeah, that's after.
That's is that after? Oh, okay.
So Craig goes outside. They tie a rope around him, but it's really just a fucking extension cord. And
Yeah.
he says, "If something happens to me, y'all gotta pull me back." And they drew matches. So there's
Matches.
one burnt match. He drew the bad match. Craig goes outside. Which, why would you let the most out of shape dude
Yeah.
go?
But even before that, Jonah once again is like, or is it Jonah where he's just like, we'll try our best.
Oh yeah, to
When
pull you
he's-
back. Yeah.
No, doesn't
Yeah.
he like, okay, who volunteers to go with Jay? Or is that later?
That's no.
Is that for the water? Or is that to go to the other house to get food?
Let's go to the house.
Yeah,
Get food.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So.
No, it might have been the first time, right?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. They pull straws.
I mean, they do it twice. It's one or the other.
Everybody wants Jay to go both times, though. I
Yeah.
think is the thing. Everybody.
Well, because Jay's like, oh, I'm like, he comes off as like,
Holier
oh
than
yeah,
thou.
I'm Mr. Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, show us.
So then Craig's outside. He couldn't get the door open though. It was padlocked. Fuck James Franco.
It
for
wasn't
putting
padlocked. It was broken.
The
door-
lock was broken.
The actual
There was like
knob,
a pole on top
Oh.
of
Well,
Okay,
the
okay,
knob was
okay.
broken, so he couldn't turn the knob to get the door open. So he was like, fuck
Yeah.
this.
it. Well, like he like jiggles it. It looked like there was a lock, and then he's like trying to jiggle it, but then it also looked like there was a metal pole on top of it, so he
It
couldn't
was
lift
the
He
it.
was
door.
just really
the
frantic.
The frame of the door, the outside of the... I don't know how I'm trying to explain
Well,
it.
don't worry about the shape with your hands, homie.
So-
Describe the shit.
So there's a door, and there's metal rims around the door, and the
A
metal...
door sill is what
Rims.
that's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
so they
Was that
spun.
spinners?
What?
Put
So
some spinners on that bitch, huh?
part of the metal was bent, so the doorknob was bent, and he couldn't get the door open. There's
His
no
big
lock
ass
on the
could have
door.
fucking cannonballed into that door, though.
I mean, he could have.
But I'm glad.
Oh, come
But
on,
when I
man. He's right
rewatched
there.
it, I thought the first time when I watched it would like Joey thought. I thought like
Bro,
it
stop
was
slamming
locked.
the table! You ape! I'm sorry,
Planet of the
you
Apes.
servant!
Planet of the Apes. James Franco was in that movie.
Take your hand out. Table.
Um.
Thank you.
So I thought it was locked. I thought the thing
I
was
thought it was
locked and
locked,
James
too.
Franco messed up.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at it again this time, because I remember it was one of the scenes that I like remembered,
Right.
it's like, no, something's broken.
Oh,
and so I
okay.
can't get
It's
in.
broke,
But
yeah.
also, too, you're right. He's frantic. He pulls it again. He hears something, and he just gets out
He
of
made the
there.
right move. Because that's what I would have done. I would not have put on my problem-solving cap and tried to keep opening that fucking door. Hell no.
Especially if he actually sees what it is. I don't know if he does or doesn't.
He doesn't.
No, he
he
100%.
hears it. He hears it at
I thought he
first.
does.
Only after he falls does he see it. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
hears it and he goes, man, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And he runs back and then he falls and then he turns around and he sees it and it growls and then he goes, he does one of the best screams in movie history, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That scream is fucking perfect. So he screams and he says, I need help, I can't get up, y'all gotta pull me back into the house. Which is fucking
They're like,
ridiculous.
we don't have it,
Yeah,
dude.
we don't have the rope, I'm sorry.
But, like, his reaction makes sense, though, because all he knows is, like, there's a big hole in the ground, and there may or may not be zombies outside.
There's something outside
Because-
that cut a dude's head off. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Emma Watson, it says something about, like, zombies or something. So that's all he knows is
Oh,
two
right.
terrible outcomes.
Because they were like trying to figure out what it was, and she's like, "It's gotta be zombies."
So, like, yeah, if I heard something, I would have been gone.
100%. Especially because there's nobody else out there.
And you have nothing.
Nothing.
You didn't.
He's
didn't-
got a
you didn't have
towel
weapon.
with his name on it.
Yeah, and I think that's another scene where they suggest giving him the gun, but for some reason
They just don't give
he
him the
doesn't
gun.
give it. Yeah.
So then Craig almost dies. Then they have to decide to cut through the floor. Because James says the
Yeah.
water is right fucking here. If only we could go down. And Jay suggests that they have to dig through the floor. So as they're digging, Craig goes upstairs to tell Jay that the previous person's shift is ending soon, that Jay has to go downstairs, and they have a heart-to-heart, and they talk about what could be going on, and Jay kind of describes, I've been reading this in the Bible, and I'm pretty sure that it's biblical. I think this is the end times, and I think that the only way we're going to get through this is that we show that we're actually good people. We have to atone for our sins, and we have to move forward so that we can be taken up into heaven. And Craig bites. He goes, okay, if you say that that's what we have to do, then, help me through this, Jay. I want to do this because I don't want to be here anymore. And I feel like I'm a good person, so help me go up to heaven. And then this is when Jay goes down. Jay is heading downstairs, and then we cut to Danny and Seth, and they're digging, and Danny's kind of having a shitty time. And James Franco comes out and he starts yelling about who fucking came in the dirty magazine. The pages are all fucking stuck together. And then Danny decides to own up to the fact
Dude.
that. Go ahead and say it.
It's the best scene, dude. When they're just going like, he's like, dude, this is the 2000s. You're over here whacking off like a Neanderthal. Like, what are you doing? He's like, man, I like to read. I like to read the articles.
Oh,
Hey, when does Craig explain his story? Is it when Jay's going through the Bible
His story
about the
what?
eyeball?
oh,
where he's
so
like-
that's later. So that's after they kick Danny out, isn't it?
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know if it was the first time he mentioned the Bible stuff or not.
No, it's after.
Okay.
I think it's after. It's after they kick Danny out, because then they start talking about it, right?
Because I just don't know how many people are around, because the only other time he could have did it is when it was just him and Jay, and I feel like he said it to everybody.
He did say it to everybody.
So that's why it makes me think is when they talk about the Bible thing, and he's like, I gouged a man's eye out, and he's like, the first time it was first one was an accident, but he's like, I just went for the second
But
one.
I had to
I
just
was
go for
like,
the second
what?
I'm looking through the movie right now. So he
But yeah,
comes
the
up-
whole scene where Danny's just like, dude, I'll come everywhere, man. I'll go everywhere.
I'll come all over these
And-
fucking walls before I leave this place, James Franco.
And he's like, ain't no one ever tell you to come in a sock? And he's like, I was raised around women. And
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
said, didn't you have older
I'm sure
brothers?
they tell you to fire hose everywhere.
Um,
the
So this is the
whole
beginning.
scene, dude. I was just dying.
So
The
then
mannerisms are good too.
Danny leaves his shift early of cutting through the floor. So then it's Jay and Seth coming back together, and
But before that, one of my favorite things that Franco says, he's like, man, I will shoot your dick off. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Danny's like, you wouldn't have enough bullets. And I was just cracking up.
So then Danny storms away, and that gives Jay and Seth a moment to kind of reconnect a little bit. Because they essentially, I don't think we've seen them talk since everything's kind of gone down. So then they start, talking, and they're kind of rekindling their friendship a little bit. And as they're digging the hole, they stop, and as they're talking, they fall right through the floor.
Hard.
And then Craig Robinson gives them their monkey key flashlight, and he tells them
So
to go.
random.
He tells them to go find it. They get scared by a Green Goblin poster in James Franco's basement, or stand-in, like a cardboard cutout. Then they find the water, and to celebrate, they all sit down for dinner, and they all have a celebratory glass of water. And Danny
little
McBride,
martini glasses.
Yeah.
And so Danny McBride finishes his drink, and then he gets up to have another, and everybody fucking yells at him because they had all decided that it's one glass of water at dinner, and that's it. So he goes fucking ape shit, and he grabs the water, and he shoves it, and he fucking drowns himself in it, and then everybody just starts fucking yelling at him and telling him.
Yeah, he's all like,
shit.
why should one piece of shit like Jay, who weighs 110 pounds, get the equal amount of water as me?
And then Jonah Hill goes like, well, I think we should split everything equally. And then he just shits on
Yeah.
Jonah
He
Hill.
was like, I
He
don't
says
want.
like I'm a diplomat or something.
He goes,
No.
everybody should have everything as everybody else.
No, he's like, I don't want to cause a scene, but
Yeah, I don't want to be a diva, but
oh yeah.
Well, and then Danny McBride is like, I have an earring. Everybody else should have everything.
And then
Um,
he was like, okay, I won't have any water.
And then he drowns himself in it.
Yeah.
Then they vote to kick Danny out. Danny is wearing James Franco's tuxedo. And they kick everybody out. But before he leaves, he requests that James Franco gives him the gun.
dude, he gives a stellar performance here, dude. He's
He
like,
really
yeah,
does.
it's really
"Man,
believable.
I'll get out, I guess.
So then as he's leaving, he turns around and pulls the trigger and tries to shoot everybody in the chest. But James Franco lied about the gun, and there were actually blanks inside of the gun.
Going to get water.
Okay. Do you want to give me some water, too?
Sure.
Thanks.
What I thought was so funny about that when it happened, and then like the whole time I'm just like, I mean, I guess I get why Franco has the gun, because it's like still, even if the bullets don't work, like people are still intimidated by it.
Right.
But I'm like, there's so many scenes where just be like, there's not real bullets in it.
Yeah. There's... Well, but I think it was a power move, right? He didn't want to
Yeah.
tell them that it was a fake gun, because then
Yeah.
he has less power, right?
Well, I think it's a real gun. I just they have blank bullets, so like,
Can
I'm
actual
assuming-
guns fire blanks?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Okay.
if the gun had to be modded.
Well, no, because like, it still shoots out pressure. If someone were to put some kind of like metal object in it, because that's how.
Well, Brandon
Lee
Lee
died.
died not because there was something in the barrel, but because shrapnel came from the casing. So
yeah, but yeah.
yeah. The casing of the bullet fractured when the gun went off, and it shot shrapnel into his chest.
Yeah. So like technically, like something like that could have happened with that gun, and it still would have fired.
Well, they should have probably died. He was way too close with the
Yeah.
with the
Well, because I think even they say that the pressure alone could like kill
Stop
you,
your
like
heart.
if it's too close. Yeah.
So Danny leaves. Does he take the gun? It doesn't matter because there's no more bullets. He fucking until it clicked.
I think he just like throws it at somebody or something.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter at this point because the gun never shows up again.
No, it doesn't. So then what we cut to is James telling Jay, or Jonah Hill's telling Jay something, and they're all talking about, Danny or whatever, and then it cuts to a scene where Jonah Hill prays to God that Jay Baruchel dies.
Yeah.
And so we finally see the true colors of Jonah Hill, and that he's really just a fucking piece of shit.
I like how they do it though. Like it's slowly like throughout the movie, like he gets more and more like, oh, he is a bad guy. Like it's not just Jay. Because
drops
early
the
on, it's
facade.
almost, almost early on, it's like, why is Jay being such a dick? Like he's honestly generally being nice to him.
Right.
Like it's honestly in a condescending way of saying stuff, like the way he talks, and his speech patterns are almost like condescending. But it's like
It's
all
forced.
where he's saying all the right things.
Right.
And then as the movie goes on, he just doesn't even say the right thing.
Yeah.
he just like, it's whatever's best for me.
So he prays to God that Jay dies. It doesn't matter just as long as Jay dies. And he goes to sleep. And then as he goes to sleep, they reenact the scene from Rosemary's Baby where Rosemary has sex with the devil. and the devil impregnates her. And let me tell you, this devil has a big wiener. This wiener, it's a horse wiener. It is enormous. Giant
It's a
pee-pee on
demon
this
wiener.
devil. And so Jonah has sex with this
I'm gonna be
demon.
honest, I completely forgot about that scene.
Oh, really? Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jonah's laying down and he's like, wait, this isn't a dream. This is really happening. And then you see the demon's eyes. They're like bright red demon eyes.
And you sleep, like, before it, like, shifts, his body slightly turns. Like, he's gonna be, like, you know, like, face down.
Oh, yeah.
It, like, turns, and then it cuts black, like.
Yeah.
So you know what happened.
And then it cuts to a video confessional of Craig saying that he drank his own pee and that it was great. And then...
I always thought pee-pee was nasty.
And then Seth Rogen is naked. What is he doing in his video confessional? Oh, he's peeing in his
He
own
tries
mouth.
to pee in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jonah has a video confessional, and he's like, that really happened last night. I definitely...
He said something really not chill
Yeah.
happened last night.
What a fucking weird description of what the fuck just happened. So then the next day, they decide that they have to go out. Okay.
What?
The dog's down here.
Oh.
So the next day, they decide, oh, fuck, we gotta go and find food in one of these other houses we ran out. So then they pull straws again, and Jonah Hill's just being a straight dick at this point because he's got the demon in him.
Yeah. The demon semen.
He had a whole lot more than just the semen, though. So then they draw matches again, and Seth lost. So Seth has to go, but then he decided someone's just not invested. What's the point? You might as well have something else to do, girl.
Don't worry about me.
That's not how producing
So
a
then
podcast works.
Seth he draws the straw,
And then he says, I'm not
and he's
going.
like, "Man, fuck this shit. I'm not doing
I'm
it."
just not gonna do it. I don't care. I'm not gonna do it. And then Jay says, "You guys tell him to fucking do this. He has to do it. We made Craig go do it, so fucking we have to make Seth go do it. That's how the only way this is gonna work." And then that's when Jonah Hill was like, "You know what? Fuck you, Jay. You go fucking do it. If you're gonna act like this." And Seth also backed that up. Seth went.
I was saying, I didn't know who said it first. I thought Seth said that, but is it Jonah?
They both gang up on him. They both are like,
Yeah.
"Well, you fucking go if you're gonna talk like this." And then Seth tells him, "You know what? You've been acting like you're so much fucking better than us with your stupid Bible. You go fucking get us food if you're gonna be better than us." So
Who
Jason,
goes with him?
Craig,
Craig? Okay.
yeah. So
Craig, yeah.
well, okay.
But only because
Spoilers.
like he could only carry like
Yeah.
He got those little arms.
So they're walking, and I think this is when they follow up that conversation. So Craig and Jay are talking about this, and they're like, "Jay, you know, if this is really real, you know, we got to do something. We can't live like this anymore. We have to ascend. We got to get out of here." So then they get into the house, they find some food, they're really happy, and then a fucking demon is there. And then we cut back to Jonah Hill, James Franco, and Seth Rogen. And Jonah Hill is fucking having a freak out. He is fucking freaking out over there. And James and Seth walk up to him, and they realize that he's probably fucking possessed. He's spitting up, he got black sludge on his face.
yeah.
And then...
They said it smells like vomit.
yeah, and then... Jonah...
Wait, don't they know? They think his blood sugar
yeah,
is too low.
he's having like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
diabetes. He's going into diabetic shock or some shit
Oh,
like
and they
that.
tried to give him the Milky Way.
Yeah, they tried to put
Yeah,
it in his mouth.
Franco chews it up a bit.
He's like, "Oh man, it's so good."
Did you swallow it?
Yeah. And then he gives a bite to Seth. He's like, "Oh man, it is so good." And then they notice the black throw up. Then James Franco puts some on his finger and smells it, and then he makes Seth smell it. They think it's
Yeah.
vomit, and then Jonah Hill comes up with weird yellow eyes and vomits all over them. And then I think it cuts back to the other house, and Craig and Jay are running around. This demon is fucking attacking them or whatever, and then they get out of the house. Craig jumps onto Jay, dives out of a window, and they survive. And they start running back to the other house. So then we cut back to James Franco's house, and they're fighting with Demon Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill's just fucking throwing motherfuckers around the house like it's nobody's business.
You ain't lying. He whips them boys.
He literally grabs Seth Rogen and throws him across the whole fucking living room.
Yeet.
So then Jay and Craig burst into the fucking room, and James and Seth yell, and they're like, fucking Jonah Hill's freaking out, and he's super fucking strong, guys. Watch out. And Jay he comes up to the plate like fucking Mike Trout with his big ass forearms and fucking dumbs his ass, knocks Jonah Hill right the fuck out.
You know what's so funny too? Because like the first thing he says is like, "Wait, was I supposed to do that?" Meaning he was willing to hit him prior to it being the right thing.
Yeah, he hit and asked questions later. He was like, fuck
yeah,
it.
and then he gets up and he thuds him again with it.
He cracks his ass though. Those little skinny arms, dude. He fucking whack. Everybody say hi to Molly. Molly's in the back. Hi, Molly.
That's my girl.
Hi,
She
Molly.
said, "I'm out."
Oh, look at that tail. Dude.
I see her
Going
tail.
ham.
Yeah.
What up, girl?
All I see is lips.
Yeah,
tongue.
you really do just see the lips. And that tongue. That tongue was pink as hell. She's like, I'm laying down. Shut up.
Right.
Oh, you can see her better in your
Yeah.
camera.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Why'd she get down behind that door? She crazy.
Said,
Oh,
I'm
she
living
got
my
her
best
ball.
life.
Oh.
She's smart.
She is smart. So then they tie Jonah to the bed. And Jay comes in there, and motherfucking the power of Christ is Oh wait. So they tie him to the bed, and
Yeah.
then they go back downstairs, right?
I
Yeah.
actually can't remember.
Oh no, they knock him out, right? And then this is when Craig confesses to it. So Craig was like, I got into a bar fight, man, and I smashed this bottle over this dude's head, and you know, I cut his fucking eye out. And the first one was on accident, but the second one I went in for a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
And then James Franco admits to having sex with Lindsay Lohan, and she was
Yeah.
really fucked up, and the whole time she calls him Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm the Prince of
He was
Persia."
like, look, she was knocking on my door really fucked up on drugs.
Does Seth confess anything here? I don't think he does
I
he?
don't think so. I don't remember.
I don't think him.
We just watched it.
Well, yeah, but this movie's not like.
But the other ones are memorable
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah. So then it cuts to the upstairs. And it's a big title screen, and it says The Exorcism of Jonah Hill. So Jay comes in with his Bible and a fucking crucifix made out of
A tongs
kitchen utensils.
and spatula.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he just keeps yelling, the power of Christ compels you.
And Jonah's like, oh, it compels me, huh?
Oh, it's really compelling.
It's really compelling.
It's so compelling. And then,
It just keeps going.
and
Well, he's like, "Are you just gonna repeat the stuff from Exorcist?" And he's like, "I assume they did their research."
yeah, I
It's
assume
like a
it was like a manual, yeah. So then Jay gets closer and louder and keeps yelling, the power of Christ compels you. And you see pain on Jonah Hill Demon's face, and he's like, oh wait, it hurts. Seriously, fuck off. And the bed starts lifting and shit like that. And then everybody's telling Jay, go ahead.
Doesn't he say Jonah Hill? And he was like, there's no Jonah Hill here. And then he's like, okay, demon. And
Yeah.
then he's like, what's up?
Yeah. So then everybody doesn't like seeing Jonah in pain, so everybody tells Jay to cut it the fuck out, and Seth's like,
Which was so dumb.
so stupid. Like, kill that motherfucker, end that dude.
Yeah.
Like, put him out of his fucking misery. So then Seth is like, seriously, dude, you're being a fucking asshole right now. So then they get into a tussle, and they fall into James Franco's bathroom and knock open one of his cabinets. And they see a little food stash in James Franco's bathroom. And
It ain't even a little food. It's kind of a decent amount of stuff he got.
There's
in
a
there.
lot of
Funny
calories.
thing is, while all this is going on, they knock over a candle and they set
Oh, right.
Jonah Hill on fire. And he is like, guys,
Yeah.
wait, it
Wait.
hurts.
Guys, blow it out with your mouths, is what he says. And then, so yeah, Jonah Hill's on fire right now, and the fire's slowly creeping up,
Yeah.
and they're arguing about the food, and Craig Robinson's like, man, I'd have sucked your dick for a cracker. And James Franco went, yeah, well, maybe I didn't
For
want
half
you to
a
suck.
cracker.
Yeah, for half a cracker. And then James Franco goes, yeah, well, maybe I didn't want you to suck my dick. And he goes, that's not the point. I'm just saying I would have for a cracker. And then
I'm pretty sure he gives him 3 crackers. He's like, I only give him 1 cracker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he gives him like 3.
earlier in the film, James Franco gives Seth Rogen 3 crackers, and he goes,
Because they got that cheese.
yeah, he goes, come on, man, what's some cheese without a little cracker? And
He stuffs it in his box.
in his genitals. He puts it
Yeah.
right underneath his balls.
Yeah.
So they're nasty, sweaty crackers. And it's probably nasty cheese.
Hey, you do what you gotta do to survive,
Yo,
man.
fuck that.
I mean, he was drinking his own piss, so what's a little cracker?
That's so gross. And that was probably stank cheese too. Like it's rich people cheese. So that cheese.
Yeah,
probably
it's that
smelled like,
Gruyere.
yeah, it probably smelled like fucking ass. Like
I mean, Danny McBride put his finger on it. I wouldn't have touched it.
yeah, he's a dirty dude. So then
I mean, he just masturbates the whole time.
yeah, he's coming everywhere. I come all over these walls. So then they argue over the food, and that was when Jonah Hill's bed really goes up in flames, and they run over, and Demon Jonah is like, "Come on, guys, please help! It hurts. Blow it out with your mouth or something." And fucking Craig Robinson throws a blanket on top of him, and that's when shit really goes up.
Yeah.
And Demon Jonah rips his restraints off, and they all run out of the room. As they're running downstairs, Demon Jonah jumps off the fucking balcony on fire and fucking crash lands in front of them.
And
So
then they just run out of the house.
yes, so then this is when they get out of the house, and
They
First-
somehow find a car. I don't know
no,
where's
that's
the car.
so James Franco for some reason has his keys to his car, and he
Oh.
says, "Oh guys, I forgot about my Prius," and then he clicks the clicker, and it goes beep beep. And so they make a plan to go run over to the Prius, and then when they run over towards it, a demon lands on top of the garage, and they go, "Oh fuck, what are we gonna do here?" So then that's when Craig gets the bright idea. He says, "All right, this is it. If you guys are gonna get away, I have to sacrifice myself. I'll give myself to this demon. You guys get out of here and survive and try and make it out of this mess."
Doesn't he say if Jay's right about this whole thing, then I'll go to heaven? Or no? I thought that
He
was-
may have said something like that. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember. Maybe. So he walks over there and he's like, "Hey, yo, demon! You fucking..." I don't know. He talks shit to the demon. I can't remember what the fuck he says to it.
Yeah.
So then he starts to run at the demon and he said, "One last time! Take your motherfucking panties off!" And as the demon is coming at him, he jumps at the demon and he hops. I don't know if you guys really looked at it when he jumped.
I did it.
Dude, he gets like high. He gets like 4 or 5 feet of clearance when he jumps.
I mean, he's played in a few celebrity basketball games, so.
He got those quad muscles, dude. He must have really squatted and jumped. Because he goes to hit the demon with his sweat towel.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's his embroidered towel, man. Mr. Robinson.
It has
Embroidered
power.
towel.
So he goes to slap the fuck out of the demon with the towel, and then a shining light strikes the demon, and it flies away in pain. And that's when Craig starts to get sucked up into the light. And he realizes that his sacrifice was truly worthy, and he's being taken up into heaven, where his big, soulful voiced ass should be. So they're in the car. James Franco suggests, "All right, we'll go to my house in Malibu, and we'll just do a bunch of nice things until they accumulate enough, and then we can go up into heaven."
He's like, "Oh man, it's a really good idea, dude." He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. You have a really nice smile."
He touches his shoulder and he goes, "Wow, James Franco, that's a really good idea." And he looks up to make sure that God is listening.
Yeah. He said, "You got a really nice laugh."
Yeah. And then Jay breaks it to them that, "Hey guys, complimenting each other is not how we're gonna get to heaven. We're gonna have to fucking be better than that." So as they're driving away to his Malibu house, they get motherfucking T-boned. I'm talking.
Hard T-bone.
They get T-boned fucking hard, and these
Medium rare T-bone.
These cannibals drag them out of the car. And they're holding them down, fucking executioner style. And some dude comes up with a fucking chainsaw and revs it at their asses. Somebody says, "Cut off their fucking heads." Oh, I just burped really bad. And then the lights come on, and hard ass music starts playing. It's like bam, 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 bam. And then you see these nice, fresh ass Jays coming out of the car. And when it pans up, who the fuck is it? Danny McBride's crazy fucking ass. And he's smoking a fat fucking blunt. And he's wearing a human skull on his fucking head. Because he's a sick bastard. And he's still wearing the tux. It's just tattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ripped up.
With his gimp.
Well,
Oh.
so he talks mad shit to them, and he realizes that his gimp didn't follow him out. So he pulls the thing on the gimp, and this gimp just comes flying out of the fucking car, and he runs up on Danny McBride, and he's grabbing his balls, and he's humping his leg. And then that's when Danny McBride is telling them about how he rose to power outside of the house. And he points to the gimp, and he's like, man, I even fucked this dude in the ass. And the gimp bends over and shit. And then when the gimp takes off the mask, who is it? Channing fucking Tatum sitting there. And he goes, hey guys, how y'all doing? And he
Dude,
waits.
he's so like flexible in that scene.
Man, he's so quick.
Like, and so athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see that man's ass? That dude-
He goes from point A to point B really quick.
Yeah, he's moving around, and he's like,
He's agile.
he's drunk off that Danny McBride cum and human meat, is what he's
Yeah.
come off of. This freeze frame that I just grabbed right here, he is fucking love drunk. So then what they decide is that James Franco is going to sacrifice himself, and he's going to fight off this cannibal horde while Jay and Seth run to safety. And as he's fighting them off, a beam of light shoots down and starts picking him up. And as he's going up, he fucking flips Danny McBride off.
It's
And
like, fuck you guys.
I made it.
Yeah.
And the light starts to flicker, and then it cuts off, and he slams to the ground. And that's when Danny McBride comes up, and he's like, you can't go to heaven because you were being petty, Tom Petty.
Yeah.
And then he says, I love this line because it's so true. He says, I didn't even get a fucking invite to your party, but at mine, you're the guest of honor. And then he bites his fucking nose off.
Yeah.
Which is some,
Yeah, dude, straight nose, first bite.
it's some
Dude,
savage
so good.
shit.
Savage, dude. Savage.
Which
But it-
is what they were talking about in.
During the party scene, right.
Yeah.
That this was the ending of Pineapple Express 2, was that Danny was going to kill him and eat him. And Channing Tatum is still wearing his Lucha Libre mask, but he acts like he's eating James Franco. I don't. It's really weird. I was like micro-analyzing this scene, and I was like, Channing Tatum's mask is still on. What the fuck?
So they don't have mouths on them?
No, it's just a pink. It's pink, and then his eyes are open, and they have like white around them. I'm like flicking through the
some
end of the
like
movie.
Luce, like Libre, like their mouths open, so I didn't know that's why.
Yeah, this one's like solid pink mask.
Okay.
So then they're running away, and they're talking about like, oh fuck, we have to survive, but you can hear Danny's cannibals coming after them. And so then that's when they look off in the distance, and there's this giant demon, just a huge fucking demon
Huge.
that looks exactly like the one that Jay showed them in the Bible earlier in the film. And this dude's got a demonic pee-pee, and it is big, and it is uncircumcised, and it is hairy. It's a big uncircumcised demon hairy pee-pee. So then Jay
That's where all the
decides...
budget
thought
went
it
to.
Yeah.
I thought it was the actual devil.
No.
It could be.
It might be.
Because, like, in comparison, how big he is compared to all the other demons.
Yeah. It might be the devil.
I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter.
It might be Joseph.
But
It might be who?
Joseph.
Beelzebub?
Get-
You mean,
Joseph.
who is that?
The devil's right hand man.
You mean Beelzebub?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, isn't it with a B?
I have no idea.
It might be
anyways.
Joseph though.
It is not. It is Beelzebub. Trust me.
No,
It might be
Alex must be
Joshua.
right,
her,
dude.
her dad's name was Joseph.
Her dad's name was Jacob.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, well, you remember him, but not the right-hand man to the devil, you fucking idiot?
Aren't you guys Satanists? Shouldn't you guys know these things?
No, in the Satanic Temple, there is no actual, like, devil. Satanism is more about the betterment of yourself. That's what it is. It's actually an atheistic religion.
Man,
you don't
you
actually
gotta tell me what
study
you
a
tell
deity.
to people to make you feel better.
I don't have to
alright?
feel better for shit. Hail Satan. You know what I'm talking about?
He said, "Aren't you guys Satanists?"
So this huge demon, possibly the devil, possibly Beelzebub, possibly Beelzebub, comes and attacks them, and Jay says, Seth, you run. I got it. I'll protect you. I'll fight this demon. I'll 1v1 that big pee-pee. Just you run. And so Jay then starts to get sucked up into heaven. And Seth is like, grab onto me. And Jay's like, all right, I'll grab onto you. And they start going up. And then Jesus realizes, oh, wait, that Seth dude's a bad dude. We can't take him into heaven, too. And so their light starts to flicker. And they start to fall down as the demon is getting closer. And Seth decides, Jay...
Beelzebub.
I said that. I told you what the right name was.
It's Beelzebub.
So...
But first, that banger starts playing.
And I will... So then Seth decides, I gotta let my boy go. He deserves to go to heaven. You know, this is what I deserve. I'll just fall down and, you know, then the demon won't come after Jay. And as he lets him go, Jay starts to go up faster because the light gets better. And it's falling, as Seth is falling, the song is crescendoing and it's getting louder. And then just as soon as the demon's about to grab him, then fucking Whitney Houston just fucking kicks it into goddamn overdrive and and then the blue light shoots down onto Seth Rogen and it cuts that giant demon pee-pee right off. It cuts
Right off, dude.
Completely.
It cuts that
Not
dick
even in half.
clear
The
off.
whole thing.
That demon, maybe...
You see it fall in
maybe
the
Satan-
building.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that. So then it's just a big molten cock this demon has. I'm telling you, it's graphic. It's hot and it's ready. It's on fire. So then it cuts that pee-pee off, and then they both shoot up straight into heaven, and you think that that's where the movie's gonna cut, but no. It's a flash to white, and Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel wake up in heaven, and who could they possibly be greeted by at the gates? If none other than Craig Robinson. They're greeted, and he says, "What's up, y'all? Glad y'all made it." They're super excited to see Craig. He's got a halo on, so that's dope as fuck. And he takes them over, and he gives them halos. So, of course, they light a blunt off the halo. He goes, what else are you going to do with it?
I mean, yeah, why else? What else?
And they're in stark white. I mean, they are, man, the amount of white in this scene is insane. Just incomprehensible.
I love how they were all wearing, like, different clothing, though. Like, they're not wearing, like, robes. They're wearing, like,
just white
actual outfits, but super white.
Yeah, well, Seth is actually wearing a white version, I think, of the jumpsuit that he's wearing at the end of the movie. He's still in a jumpsuit in heaven, and when they're shooting up to heaven, he's wearing a sweatsuit.
Yeah.
So are they
It's
wearing
just
their
gray.
actual clothes? They just all turned white?
So we're like
No,
rewatching
Jay's
it as we're
is-
going through. Jay has the same type of shirt on.
Yeah.
So you know how Jay has like the silver cut on the arms and the shoulders?
Yeah.
The shirt that he was wearing when they shot up to heaven was like a weird it was a normal shirt with like some graphic on it, but it also had blue arms. So I think it's like versions of what they were wearing when they went up into heaven.
Okay, that's what I figured,
Well,
but I
his
was
is
just
silver.
clarifying.
Yeah, it's silver, I'm sorry.
It's silver.
Right. But they're wearing
Yeah.
white pants and like the base of the shirt. It might actually be just another version of that shirt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
all
asking,
it looks
yeah.
like. It looks like it's the same
Yeah.
design from his...
And so Craig is actually wearing a take your panties off white shirt with diamond, the take
It's
your
like
panties
glitter.
off is diamond or glitter or whatever.
So real quick, could you imagine that whatever you die in is your outfit for all eternity?
I
I
think
mean,
I-
you can wish whatever you want, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, because they all were just putting on the clothes that they...
Yeah, but what they were wearing was pretty comfortable looking. You gotta admit it. It's pretty comfortable.
I mean, some people wearing bikinis. I don't know how comfortable that is.
bikinis? Why wouldn't that be? Bikinis are comfortable, ain't they?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. See, not all the time.
Sometimes, I'm talking about all eternity.
I mean, so we're
It's more or
rewatching the
less just
scene.
being comfortable in a bikini is really all it is.
I was gonna say minus the whole self-conscious part.
Yeah.
Are they comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your
Yeah, I'm talking
about
self-conscious
actual,
takes
like-
away from it.
I don't think I'd want to be wearing a bikini in this kind of like environment. Now, if I'm at like the beach or a pool party, yeah. all day
In
long.
heaven?
Yeah.
What
Dude,
makes
you don't
it
know
what?
the weather in heaven.
It's perfect. What do you mean? It's perfect for everybody in heaven,
No, like I couldn't just go to a party where I'm not gonna get in the water and just wear a bikini.
bro. This isn't a party. It's fucking heaven.
But still,
It's bigger than that.
it's a fucking party.
It's different.
wouldn't-
There's
I
also
would
a
want to
roller
be in heaven in
coaster.
swim trunks.
What?
I would want to be in heaven in swim trunks.
You would or you wouldn't?
wouldn't.
Why not? It's perfect. Okay, what's the issue with being in heaven in swimwear?
There
Swim
is no
trunks, the
issue,
netting,
dude.
it's kind of tight on the balls, man.
You're in heaven.
The swim trunks fit perfectly. You're in heaven. It's not a matter of, oh, I bought the wrong size and now my balls are compressed. No.
You're assuming that. We don't know that.
No, I know that. Because later in the scene, they're getting high, they're smoking blunts in heaven, and then all you hear is the music in the scene drop. And then, everybody, yeah. And then who fucking walks up? Who could possibly walk up in heaven to start performing this song? It's none other than the Backstreet Boys. And they all get into a line, and all of heaven watches as Craig, Seth, and Jay Baruchel dance with the Backstreet
Break it
Boys.
down.
So what would they have done if he would have, because they were in heaven, because they had halos, what if he wanted someone that wasn't in heaven?
What do you mean?
Like,
Then it
what
wouldn't
if
have worked, dude. I don't know.
Well, but that could be heaven's representation of the Backstreet Boys. Right? So it's heaven, they can make anything.
That's true. He said you could wish for anything.
Anything.
And they wish for the Backstreet Boys, so there you go.
They did.
Yo,
I mean, they came.
Backstreet's back, alright?
All right.
Bam, bam, down, 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 down. Alright.
So you know there was supposed to be an end credit originally, but they decided against it.
Oh, what was it gonna be?
So it was supposed to be Danny McBride,
Ooh.
James Franco, and Hitler smoking weed
Whoa! Smoking
Yeah.
weed in hell? Or
in hell. Yeah.
or would Hitler have been on Earth again? Because Earth is hell, right? In the apocalypse, in the end times, Earth becomes the new hell is what happens, right? Somebody
I
fact
mean,
check me.
since they didn't do it, I mean, it just says credits show James Franco, Danny McBride smoking marijuana with Hitler in hell.
Oh, okay. So then they died.
So I'm assuming they went like
Hell
yeah. Well, James
proper.
Franco definitely died.
Well, yeah, he got his 8. Well, that's weird. Why would he?
Uh,
The only reason that I would dislike that is because why would James Franco be smoking with?
It almost glorifies it.
Right. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the issue.
Well,
But like they said, but they felt it would be too much. But I think the issue is because like, so that because the way you show it is heaven. Oh, it's great. I'm smoking weed, and now hell is like, oh, I'm also smoking weed.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, it'd have been
It doesn't-
it'd have been a weird message that it would have sent. You're right. There's a couple inconsistencies with that.
yeah. I wouldn't have liked it though. I think it would have been like, I mean, it would have been funny. But then when you looked at it as a whole, it'd have been like, oh, that's kind of stupid.
In the moment, it'd have been hella funny, and then you'd be
Yeah.
like, wait, really?
And like,
Go ahead.
like one other thing, real quick, is because like I guess they interviewed Evan Goldberg or whatever
Mm-hmm.
because like all the people they had, a lot of them are comedians. They're like, oh, you know, did you and Seth actually write a script or whatever? They're like, yeah, me and Seth, you know, we're good writers, but in this case, they said it was like 85% improv.
I could see that. It all felt real. These felt like,
Yeah.
hyper realized, but real versions of these people that are
The
experiencing
Danny
this.
McBride's James Franco like jizz scene, I think it was improv.
It would have had to have been.
It just
It had
felt
to
like
have been.
it. Yeah.
Stuff like that is always improv, dude. It's
I don't
like,
know how
because
you could
where they
write
were
that.
going with it, it would just like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you could write that.
Yeah.
You'd have to be really fucking high to write some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, James, do you want to ask the questions, or do you want me to?
You can go ahead.
Does anybody else want to ask the questions?
I can
Nah.
ask them.
I-
I do too.
I knew that. I know that's why I asked. So go ahead.
Okay,
He said, "Yeah, me. I'm up."
it's my turn.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't freak out! Don't freak out! Jezebel.
It's okay.
You know Satan's right hand man, Jezebel.
Would you sell the movie?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Okay, Joey, would you rent it?
What the fuck are you doing?
What? Oh, Joey,
Holy shit!
what's your favorite part?
it's alright. Rewind it back.
Okay. Joey, what's your favorite part?
That was my fault. I threw her off.
No, she threw herself off.
Oh.
I was the one who was ready to do this, and then she's
Okay.
like, "Don't worry, I got it.
I got it! I got it now!
I can ask the questions.
Alright.
Would you rent it?"
What's your favorite part?
I don't know, man. I think I had an answer, and then you fucked everything up, and now I'm in a really bad space in my head right
All right,
now.
we'll come back to you. James, what's
No,
your favorite
you're
part?
gonna wait until I'm ready, because you fucked this all
Oh,
up.
Lord.
You've ruined my podcast. You lose, sir. You drank fizzy
Throw it
lifty drink.
away.
God, I ruined his
The whole
podcast like I
podcast,
ruined
throw it
his
away.
life.
Yeah, well, damn. You
Oh,
said it. You said it, not me.
shit.
You said it, not me.
Wow.
Yours, not mine. Yeah, see,
I
you're
think
on your
his life
phone.
could be much worse.
You're
I'm
on your
waiting for
phone.
you to answer the fucking question.
What'd you say, James?
I said I don't think your life could be much worse.
I don't know. It could be. Have you seen my credit score?
No?
I don't know. My favorite part. Oof, not that face. I'm gonna nominate her face as my least favorite part just now. You were like,
Yeah, because there's something in my eye.
I don't think I had like a favorite part. I think the movie is really funny as a whole, and most of the jokes really land with me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think, but no part I don't think really stood out. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, this is comedic genius. This movie is perfect. I love this movie. So I don't think I have a favorite part.
Okay, James, what's your favorite part?
Probably the James Franco, Seth Rogen, just like their scenes throughout the movie, because the relationship I find is funny. Because like I could see almost like, because James Franco, the type of movies he does, I almost want to be like, maybe this is really him, but like I don't know, it's just so weird though. But the way he plays it, and he plays it so like serious, like he means all these things he says to Seth, and Seth just takes it as like normal. Like this is, it's, if anyone shows that much attention to you, like they might kill you in your sleep. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the relationship between Seth and James in the movie.
Eric, what's your favorite part?
Damn, we forgot Eric's name, huh?
Brown Boy.
Edie,
Brown boy.
James.
I really like Danny McBride throughout this whole film, dude. He does it for me. He just pops off in the perfect way. His jokes,
You know what, too? And for the cast they have, for him to stand out as much as he does is really impressive.
Yeah, but I think they did that on purpose. He's more bombastic than everybody else in the movie. Everybody else is like really toned
dude.
down.
Because
if they were...
ever since he was a baby, dude, he's partied hard, man. I would just
Yeah.
slap those shit around. I'd motorboat them.
Motorboat
I think they right, because all of these actors have the capability to go there, right? I think all of
Yeah.
these people could get buck as fuck if they wanted, but to have all of these comedic actors having everything turned up to 11 comedy wise, it would have fucked this movie all up. Like they
Well, the
had to
thing,
have
too,
one
is-
person who was too much, and everybody else
Yeah.
was a bit turned down a little bit.
But
Yeah.
based off roles, like if you look at Eastbound and
Eastbound
Down, yeah, like the Kenny Rogers character is similar to that. So I think they had him do that because, like, in comparison, the characters he's done have been similar to his character there. Like,
Well,
he wouldn't have someone.
He plays himself in everything. Danny McBride
Yeah.
is playing Danny
Yeah.
McBride in everything.
Yeah,
He just
so you
Yeah.
it's the
wouldn't
same
have someone
thing.
else play that role though, because they don't have
No,
like
I agree.
roles similar.
But everybody is just playing a different version of all the characters that they've ever played, right?
Yeah. Well, they said everyone is roughly the way they are except for James Franco. Like James Franco is supposedly just a total character. Like 'cause
Yeah.
he's not like that.
Well, because he tends to just play really eccentric characters and shit like that are weird people.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Girl?
My favorite part is the exorcism of Jonah Hill.
Yeah, that part is so fucking
It's
funny.
pretty funny. The power of Christ compels you.
Oh.
Just
Is
that, yeah,
Is it compelling?
just that whole thing just cracked me up. I just love it. So good.
It's really memorable. Like
Memorable?
God damn it, Eric.
it's so memorable.
trying
I
to give-
fix it, man. You act like I didn't fix it.
I was trying to give him the
It's
benefit,
so memorable.
dude. I was giving it
Nah,
to him.
dude, I
He
wanted
took
to
it.
roast his ass.
I didn't say it and then run with it. I said it, corrected it,
And then-
and
Yeah,
then you said
whatever.
it again.
Whatever, dude.
But when I
I'll
think about this
rememberable
movie,
that
that's
for
the,
next time.
right? Every time I rememberable this movie, I come back to that point.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Joey, what's your least favorite part?
Let's ride. Least favorite part?
Yeah.
Maybe the opening. The opening is slow.
Yeah. You
Uh,
don't really get a feel of where the movie's gonna go from the opening.
And it's only like the first 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's a quick the first 15 minutes of the movie is boring. They're setting
It's everything
up
before the party.
what?
Everything before.
Everything before the party
Right.
feels
like
that.
them setting up Jay and Seth's friendship is just like, I get it, they're friends. You don't need any more than that. Like the scene at Hardy's or whatever was funny, but like I didn't need it. I didn't need them walking in and him spelling J's and J's. Like they only did that scene just for the jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get really funny for me until they get to the party and shit starts popping off, and old boy slaps Rihanna's ass and gets fucking whacked.
Michael Cera is fantastic though.
Yeah.
He's a G.
Like his like short little scenes. Like another thing too. Like you remember that even though he's barely in the movie.
He's only
Like,
in for like
you-
10
you-
minutes.
You want to sit?
Yeah.
Sit time, girls.
Okay. What did I go with? now?
James.
James, what's your least favorite part?
Probably the Michael Cera character.
No.
there just wasn't
Some
enough.
of
Women. We
Women.
need more women.
right. There wasn't enough women. We needed more Rihannas. But I didn't like some of the dialogue with Jonah Hill. Like, I mean, he was playing that character, but like I just didn't like it because it's just like it also kind of reminded me of when like people say things and I'm like, oh yeah, like I get it. So it almost reminded me of myself, so I didn't like it because like it's like.
So give me
he
an
was-
example. I want to know what you're talking about because I don't know what you're talking about.
When he's like, man, you got a cool beard, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice beard,
man,
man.
really nice beard.
So like that's what every time he did that, that's what I thought
Yeah,
of in my
you're
head.
Jonah
Oh.
Hill, dude.
You're like, fuck. I'm a piece of shit.
I am Jonah Hill.
Okay, Eric, what's your least favorite part?
These are apart.
There's not enough Rona. I need more Mexicans.
Yeah, man. Where all the orderlies at, man?
They're in the.
I don't know.
there
I'd
should
have
be at
to
least
agree
two
with
George
James.
Lopez's.
With just the Jonah bits.
Really, I love Jonah Hill's character.
I liked him, but like, they got old.
But outside of
But
his,
I like that like he transitioned from like fake to his real thing. Like if he was just fake the
Yeah.
whole time, it'd have been like, okay, come on.
Right.
But like him being possessed was great. Everything
Oof.
else like I could almost did without.
I don't know.
But once he went into that, it was so much funnier than all the other bits they had prior to.
I love Jonah Hill as an actor. Everything he's.
Oh
been in.
yeah, he's
I
fantastic.
don't think anybody's
but,
shit
like,
talking him as an actor.
No.
You're like defending this man who's not being attacked. Like what the fuck? What are you even talking about?
We seen Moneyball.
Yeah, we know he's a good actor.
The Moneyball Jonah Hill.
Fatalities. I think though,
Fatalities.
if Jonah Hill wasn't a piece of shit though, the whole exorcism part wouldn't have been funny. Like it's funny because you're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this guy. He's a fucking piece of shit. Power of Christ should be compelling his ass. But like if he
Yeah.
was like an endearing character and like a character that you actually cared about, it would have almost made those scenes a little more sad. You'd be like, man, that fucking sucks. Poor Jonah Hill. But like with him being
Always
a dick,
get
you're
the
like,
short end of the stick.
man, fuck Jonah Hill. Yeah, the power of Christ does compel him.
But Jonah Hill didn't get the short end of the stick the whole movie though until that. Like that's the only bad thing that happened to him.
Yeah, but he was just being a dick.
He got the long stick, dude.
Yeah, he did. The long hairy
and the
demon
whole
stick.
stick.
All right, girl. What was your least favorite part?
I really didn't like the cannibalism part.
Crazy as hell. You see.
Yeah, that was random too.
You see
Like,
Channing
it
Tatum's
was out of
ass,
place.
though.
Huh?
You see Channing Tatum's ass.
I've seen it before.
That dude's got bongos
Oh.
on his butt, dude.
Mangos.
Like I liked it and it worked, but like, I guess I get your point though, cause like it comes out of nowhere.
Not even that. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. I just don't like the whole thing.
Look,
But I
cannibalism.
also-
Yeah,
you
good.
should
I'm
eat
fucking
people.
glad you don't like cannibalism. Thank Christ.
And I know y'all are gonna say some shit to me, but I.
Oh, here we go.
didn't
You
really-
eat pennies, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We get it.
No.
Chewed on pennies, Dick. Chewed on pennies, not ate
Hey,
them.
did you listen to that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, let's get
Roll
back
it
to this
back.
one, and then we'll talk about that one. No, I also just didn't really like Danny in the movie.
Good, you're not supposed to like him.
He's a G though.
Fuck Danny
he was
McBride.
so funny though, being a dick. Like
So
I
you don't
preferred.
even think he was funny when he was being an asshole?
No.
Oh, wow.
not
Oh.
really. I just didn't like. him.
See,
I mean, I don't really like Danny McBride most of the time either. He is almost always too much. He's like,
He's abrasive.
yeah, it's like you're eating a pound of chocolate. You're either eating the pound or you're not eating any chocolate. If there's even a taste of Danny McBride, it's already too much.
Yeah.
He's already way too fucking hype. Okay, Eric, who you
I
texting,
prefer
bro?
his.
All your friends are right here.
You ain't lying.
Not
Hey,
true. His
whoa,
rich
dude.
white friends are
Come
somewhere
on
making
now.
more money. They're investing in stocks or something.
But I prefer like Danny McBride, the bad, like I guess the villain
He's the
versus
bad
Jonah Hill.
guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't sit right with me. I didn't like it. I could have loved this movie a lot more without that scene.
Without the
They
cannibal
could
scene?
have found a different way to kill James Franco.
Never.
But they needed to kill him quick is the issue
Yeah.
because the movie was almost over at that point.
Right.
And he had to have like a justified death because he's too big of a character in the movie to like
Die
Kinda
off
kill him
screen.
almost any-
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
And already Craig like so you figure Craig and Seth both like sacrificed themselves to a demon.
Well, I knew he had
so
to
it's
die,
like-
not go to heaven. Like, I knew that, but
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
But yeah, it would have just been stupid because like the only other way they would have killed him is he also would have died to a demon. It's like, oh, so all three of them sacrificed themselves to demons.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd have been weird.
So
Okay. So, James, are you ready?
yes, yes,
Would you rent it?
yes,
Would you buy it?
no.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE?
Yes, and you guys know how I feel about Walmart, so Walmart.
I'd get the big demon
Only
PP
at
Walmart
Walmart.
exclusive.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
Man, you struggled through that.
I
mean,
thought
I
it
was-
said white.
Again?
Yes.
Of course you think
Would
it
you?
said white.
So white people
Nor-
are over.
I don't know. So normally I would say yeah for like comedies, but this movie I don't know. I feel like if you come at the wrong part of this movie, you have no idea what's going
Especially-
on.
I'll come all
You
over these
can't
fucking
figure it out.
walls, James Franco!
Yeah, like if
so I'd
I
say
were
no.
to sit. Yeah. Anyway.
You could say what you're gonna
No,
say.
she can say it when it's her turn
Yeah,
to
it's
say it.
my turn.
We're at 2 hours
right.
already. We gotta start wrapping this up.
Would you
Uh,
recommend it?
Yes.
It says, would you
And
recommend?
that's why I recommended it.
Oh, we already asked that one. Okay. Joey. Would you rent it?
Oh, why'd you put that there?
I didn't put that there.
I know,
I thought
I
we were
know.
doing
I'm,
it
I'm
again.
talking to James. We should move it up to the beginning.
Oh,
I,
Yeah,
I like
that's
awesome.
Now I
asking
know.
Oh, we
that.
already asked that question.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice when you put it here earlier. Because, like, I
Gotcha.
added some shit and then I just left the doc to finish watching the
Gotcha.
movie. Ask Eric first.
Eric, would you rent it?
Nah.
Would you buy it?
Nah.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE?
Nah, probably not.
Wow.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
While white people are over.
Nope.
Would you recommend
Especially
it?
when the whites.
Oh, Eric, no!
Would you recommend it?
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
What? Okay.
If it's on Netflix, yeah, watch it.
It's not.
He wouldn't
though.
recommend it to the whites, though.
No, not as rich friends.
No.
Um,
They watch highbrow comedies.
Okay, Joey, would you rent
I
it?
hate you guys.
No, I wouldn't rent it.
Would you buy it?
Yes.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
Yeah, probably.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, this is like an essential comedy. For anybody who likes any of these actors, you need to see this movie.
Mm.
I would say so. I mean, they're just playing themselves. If you
I
like these
agree.
actors and you don't like this movie, there's something wrong with you.
But no, yeah, if you like that style of comedy, like with those actors, because they all do similar movies,
Right.
then yeah, it makes sense.
All right, girl, would you rent it?
Yeah.
Would you buy it?
Yeah.
Would you put this on in the background while white people are over?
No.
She said, "Well, since I'm white, all my friends are white.
Untrue. 90% are Hispanic. Would you
I
recommend
mean, all our
it?
friends are right here, and we're all
Yeah,
brown."
I'd recommend it.
All right. So,
Can I answer the no?
Sure. Yeah.
No, never mind.
Just
doesn't
answer
matter.
it. Just
doesn't
do
matter.
it.
It doesn't matter.
Because this is going to be a highlight clip. And let me tell you, when I cut together the opening for this podcast, I'm going to put all the ridiculous shit that you say. The first thing that's going to happen is so I'm going to do clips of everybody, right, to open it. And then it's going to be like the Sooner or Later podcast. And then it's going to have your clip and you're going to be like, Beelzebub.
Have you listened to any clips
No,
yet?
I haven't. I haven't had time on my computer, like, at all.
Gotcha.
No, because it's
Go ahead, just say why wouldn't you recommend it?
Because if I were to sit down in the middle of this movie and then there's this huge demon dick, I'll be like, what the fuck is going on?
That's at the end of the movie, though.
But still.
That's not in the middle.
If I were to sit down at any point in this movie and saw a big demon dick, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on and what did I miss?
You'd be like, I know what I'm in for.
Okay, so ratings. Galax, what do you rate this movie?
Oh.
Alright, Eric, what do you rate this movie?
7.
Okay, that's it. No out of nothing. James, what do you
7 Jonah Hills out of 10.
Alright, James.
Like I thought it was good, but like I don't know. First time seeing it, I thought it was really good. Seeing it a second time, I was like, eh.
Nah. Alright, James.
7 out of 10 loves how James Franco loves
What?
Seth Rogen.
So, 7/10 of the love that James Franco feels for Seth Rogen is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other comments?
This movie, like,
What?
I don't know, I still really enjoyed it.
I was trying to
but
cut
definitely
Eric
isn't
off,
as-
and Eric gave comments, so fuck it, everybody's giving comments now.
It just wasn't as funny as it was when I watched it the first time.
Galax.
I give it 1 Kevin Hart out of 1 Kevin Hart.
Oh my god. That means it's a perfect film.
It's a perfect film for you?
Yeah.
No, you give it 1 Kevin
I don't
Hart.
get this, dude.
You give it 1 Kevin Hart out of 2 Kevin Hart and Jason Segels. Because, girl, I watched you both times we watched this movie. You laughed out loud twice.
No, I didn't.
There were only 2 times where you went, ha ha ha. Every
That
other.
doesn't mean I'm not laughing inside my head.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of laugh. Like a. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not close enough to the mic. One of these laughs is different than a. Like you laughed out loud at Girls Trip. You did not laugh out loud at this movie. These movies are in 2 different comedic weight classes. 100%.
Yeah.
They're different movies.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you,
I give
these
it-
2 movies, if we were doing a comedy battle off and it was Girls Trip versus this movie, Girls Trip takes it hands
100%
down.
of the time. All 12 rounds, dude. It would win all 12 rounds.
It really
100%.
Yeah. Well, Girls Trip, the types of jokes, like, even
They're jokier.
they just carry
I
weight.
might go
Yeah.
upstairs and
Yeah.
watch Girls Trip
Like,
again.
every
I hate you.
And
Every
I
time you
love
hear it, it's
Seth
still
Rogen
funny.
and all them. I love them, but like
This comedy is just
Girls
way more.
Trip was so much better.
It's so subdued. This comedy, it's funny
Okay,
if you know
I
the
give it-
actors. 1 Kevin
No,
Hart,
no, sheesh. I give it
1 infected booty hole out of 2 booty holes. Go ahead, girl. Come on.
I give it 3 Kevin Harts falling out of a hole. Falling into a hole.
Out of.
5 Kevin
I
Harts
don't-
falling into a hole.
Oh my god, so it's 60%. Okay.
Alright.
So we add her 1 and 1 to that.
So it's 4 out of 4. Yeah, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5? 4 out of 6.
I said 5.
Yeah, but we're adding the 1 and 1. So it's 4 out of 6.
2 irresponsible
What are
tour
you
shows
saying?
out of 5.
So she's 80% on this movie.
Yeah, give or take. Rough 80.
Rough.
That's a hard 80%.
I'm talking to 79.9980. Her teacher bumped it up for her. Fuck it. I'll give you the
I ain't
key.
lying. She needed it.
She was about to fail film school. I'd give it a 7. 7 big, hairy, juicy, chonky demon dicks out of 10.
I think this though, like honestly though, this movie is a 7. I think everyone is
Hard
right.
7.
I think it's a solid 7.
Yeah. It's just, especially with the comedies that we've seen, yeah, you're right. It's a 4 for you. I don't know what I gave Naked Gun, but I like Naked Gun better than this movie.
100%.
Honestly,
Dude,
the-
Naked Gun's jokes, stop banging on the table, because I
only
swear to
part-
God I'm going to cut your fucking hands off like I'm Christopher goddamn Columbus, dog. Stop banging the fucking table, you goddamn savage. You go, Christopher, gold,
But
food, tweet.
Tweet.
the exorcism of Jonah Hill gets a 10 out of 10.
This movie had bright fucking spots, scenes that were
Yeah.
fucking comedy gold, and then
And
they
I
had
consider
scenes that
it's
were
its own
so
movie
boring.
inside the movie, so I give it a 10 out of 10.
It did have a title card.
Yeah,
It didn't
so-
have credits, but it did have a title card.
But no, its good moments are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it's like shiny moments hold up.
Right.
Like and that's but it's like there's some stuff that happened in the movie, especially with the pacing, where it's just like it just gets real dry
drags.
and the type of humor they use in it is supposed to be dry humor, but like it almost is just like too dry.
Right.
So you kind of just want to get past it to get to the next funny bit.
And this movie's not long. It's like an hour and 38
No.
minute film, and it
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
2 hours and 15 minutes. I was like, oh fuck, damn.
I mean, it felt pretty quick for me, but like I can see that. I get
Both
it.
times that we watched it recently, I was like, this movie's fucking dragging. Ugh.
Yeah, it definitely has some pacing issues.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to leave any closing remarks?
No, I think I got all the facts.
Did we get all the facts scrolled down?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. No, that's a lot. Never mind.
Yeah.
Um,
no shit.
I did I hit him throughout the movie.
Okay.
Shit.
Hey, nice job, dude.
You missed
You know,
both celebrities.
sometimes you try.
Man, come on.
I copied and pasted, so I didn't spell anything.
Oh,
You know he's a liar. You saw him typing like this.
Tweet.
All right. So the next person up is Eric. Eric, do you have choices for the wheel decider?
Ooh.
Oh my god, we're gonna watch a long
I know.
movie.
We are watching
The Irishman.
Sicario,
Oh,
What is
okay.
that?
So we don't even have to decide, huh?
the first one.
Can you give us a couple other options?
No. It's
No,
his
what the
movie. You don't have to show up. Believe it or not, it could be a 3-man gig. It could even be a 1-man gig. I think y'all are all fired. I'm power hungry.
You made me
What? I
watch.
didn't even do
You
anything.
made me watch 2 scary movies, Alex. Like, hello.
Did I?
You made us watch 2 scary movies back to back.
Which ones?
You threw in Insidious, and then you chose Annabelle
I didn't
Comes Home.
choose Insidious.
Yes, you did.
I don't even like Insidious. I would have never chosen
You
Insidious.
No,
chose it.
Alex did.
Yeah, wrong, Alex.
But we didn't.
No,
We watched 2 horror movies though.
Oh
Didn't
shit,
you?
you're right.
Yeah, I
Oh
picked
fuck.
Annabelle,
Oh wait,
but
hold
I
up.
only picked one. I could
We
have
got it
picked
mixed up.
all
You-
horror movies
it was
for you
Alice.
guys.
Alice
but
is
I
Alice.
Sorry,
chose-
sorry,
Alex
you're
is
right,
Alex.
you're right.
Girl,
It was
Alex is
Al.
Alex.
It was Al.
Alex
Oh,
is
you're my
Alex.
bad,
So,
dude.
I don't wanna hear
Hey,
it.
my bad. My
Alex
bad,
is
folks. Hey, my bad, folks.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm the one telling
I'm
you
looking
the
at
right. You're
Eric.
right.
No, but you
Hey,
didn't have to
hey, my
make us
bad.
do another horror movie after we just did a horror movie. You could have chosen Girls Trip first and then thrown in. I mean, I don't care. It's Eric crying. Eric's the one being a little bitch.
You're lucky I didn't choose The Nun.
You should have.
That movie sucks
It
It
was
doesn't
hit
suck.
home
The
more.
movie's fine up until it goes full.
until it sucks.
Until it goes action
Action
movie,
movie. Yeah,
and then it
no, no.
fucking falls off. But that's a different review
What
for a
movie are we
different time.
watching?
If you shut the hell up, I can close the goddamn podcast out. Let me
Where's
go.
Vinny's outro?
I'm going to Vinny's outro right now. It's probably all fucked up. He has. Oh my god.
Did he do it?
He did it, and the way that he did it, it's so that it's like fill in the blank, right? Like you'll have to go look at the document, but so the first line is, "Thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/soonerorlatertv for our review of blank."
I get
So
it.
it's almost
Hey,
like
it
a
makes
fill
sense,
it in.
dude.
It makes
No,
sense.
I
though.
agree. It's the right way to do it. I just think it's funny because I
Yeah.
didn't expect Vinny to do that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So
That's not what I was expecting to see when he opened up that document.
I like it though. It's
I do
organized.
too.
So
Anyone could do the outro now.
yeah, exactly.
It actually, I just looked at it. It's very
Yeah,
good.
it's super fucking like
10
well
out of 10.
thought out.
Yeah.
He has to update the YouTube, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think he knew the YouTube.
I just changed it like right after we recorded the last one.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/soonerorlatertv for our review of This Is the End. Continue listening and watching and showing your support on our Twitter @soonerorlatertv, which I think is wrong, isn't
It's
it?
sooner or late.
Yes, Sooner or Late TV, and on Facebook @SoonerOrLaterTV. If you couldn't catch us on Twitch, then listen to us on Spotify @SoonerOrLater. Our episodes are recorded on Sundays and uploaded every Tuesday. Also check out our new podcast, My Strange Description, which will be released every Wednesday. We were talking, and I think it's going to be better as a bi-weekly podcast because she doesn't like doing it every week because she doesn't like having all...
My hours are crazy. I'm tired.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
No
Hey,
one's,
I'm
no
like
one's
saving
asking.
lives.
No one's
If
asking.
people
I
would
didn't
just
s-
stay
I didn't
home
say anything.
and
Stop
watch
banging
their
on the
kids
table, you
and
fucking
watch their
animal! You
kids,
raised my
I
wolves!
wouldn't have to be working all these crazy hours.
So
You said I don't feel like doing it, and I said it's your show. I'm just here to
And I
help.
So-
said if people would stay home and wash their hands.
What?
nothing. She's just being a dick just to be.
Yeah,
a dick.
she is.
Um.
And it's
So
actually
check out
soon.
our bi-weekly podcast, My Strange Description, where Alex and James come together and talk about a new episode of My Strange Descriptions or My Strange Addictions every week. And next week, tune in to watch our review of Sicario. If we have a movie we should review, just go ahead and tweet at us or leave a comment in our videos or leave a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to. So our socials are Twitter at Sooner or Late TV, right?
It's soon or later TV.
Okay, so Twitter is
Soon.
at Soon or Later TV,
Yeah.
so we should probably fix that for him because he definitely did not do his research. Facebook is Sooner or Later TV. Twitch is twitch.tv/Sooner or Later TV. And our YouTube is Sooner or Later TV, and that's where we're going to be uploading the videos that we shoot for the podcast, so our 4 talking heads. So if you thought we were doing something funny in the background, go look it up on YouTube.
It probably wasn't funny.
I guarantee it was funny. They call me the fucking the Mexican Jim Carrey.
You know what they call me? He acts with his eyes.
He acts with his eyes. All right. So yeah, check in next week when we review Sicario. All right. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So what you're saying is it's gonna sound like shit. Or it's gonna. Not mine, dude. You said last time mine sounded like shit. Hey, man.
Nobody puts Eric in a corner.